is a broiling sun that's heating up New York City, but that's not stopping a crowd from heading to Yankee Stadium for a Thursday matinee. As today, the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the defending world champion New York Yankees against the Oakland Athletics in the final game of a 4-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with John Flaherty, I'm Michael Kay. Yankees won the third game of this series, 4-3 last night. In fact, that gives them 5 games in a row. So let's look at the 5-game winning streak. They've hit .316 over that time, 7.6 runs per game, 11 home runs have been hit. Their ERA not great at 4.20. So when you look at those numbers, John, why have they won 5 in a row?
You know what, Michael, I think it's a perfect combination. When some of the starters have been struggling a little bit, the bats, the offense has picked them up. You combine that with some long relief outings that have been quality, and then on the flip side, when the bats haven't shown up, Nova, A.J. Burnett, they have some of their best outings. So that's a combination right there that leads to 5 wins.
How do you make it 6 in a row? Let's take a look at the New York Lottery pitching matchup. It's a good matchup. Dallas Braden, he's pitched a perfect game this year, 9-9, 3.28, and CC Sabathia, 18-5, 3.14. His 18th win wasn't his best performance, John.
No, it was one of those outings where CC did not have his best stuff, and I guess unusual for him. He gave up a couple of home runs in this ball game, a little slider on the inner half to Konerko into the White Sox bullpen. Andrew Jones gets a changeup up, and he drills it out of there. But CC, like a pro, he rebounded, got back on top of his game, started mixing in some really good sliders late. Did not have his best stuff in this outing, but still was able to pick up win number 18.
Now, the Yankees hope they get length out of CC Sabathia and they don't have to go to the bullpen. But if they do, the bullpen has really been very good. Yesterday, more of the same. We'll break it down with John Flaherty next on segment 2 right here on Yes.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
There are over 358 million trillion gallons of water on Earth. But not all water is created equal. Only 1/1000,000,000% is filtered naturally beneath the Earth, with a distinct balance of minerals, and emerges crisp and refreshing enough to be called Poland Spring. Poland Spring 100% natural spring water, born better.
Welcome to segment 2, everybody. A couple of moments away from game 4 of this 4-game set. You know us. That's John Flaherty. I'm Michael Kay. You also know that the Yankee bullpen has been lights out. Their starters have struggled, but the bullpen has kind of saved everybody's bacon.
You know what? The bullpen right now is the strength of this ball club. Obviously, with the bats, they're swinging the bats. But Jabba Chamberlain came in last night, had a good fastball. I think most impressive, working it down in the zone. Boone Logan, who's effective against lefties and righties, gets Jack Cust on a good slider down and away. Kerry Wood, a little higher arm angle since he's come over from the Cleveland Indians. The results have been there. A nice, easy ground ball to Derek Jeter. Those 3 men handing the ball over to Mariano Rivera. Anytime that happens, you feel good about your chances. A little two-seamer to finish the ball game, a strikeout, and another save for Mariano Rivera.
Check out the bullpen ranks, John. They're outstanding. The bullpen opponent's batting average against, that's the lowest, 228 in the American League. 3rd lowest in walks, strikeouts 7th, and the ERA 3.40. Very representative. Remember, the bullpen struggled for the first month and a half, so of late, they've been outstanding. Now, you don't really worry that much about the bullpen today because you've got your ace on the mound, CC Sabathia. He usually gives you innings. Lineups, first pitch, baseball coming up next on Yes.
Presenting the Cadillac Summer's Best sales event. A
fantastic opportunity to get a great offer on a new Cadillac CTS sports sedan, the most acclaimed vehicle in its class, and a Car and Driver 10 Best, third year in a row. Summer brings out the best in all of us, so now's the perfect time to get behind the wheel of a brand new Cadillac. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer or CadillacTristate.com for this attractive offer.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Yankees fans, you still have a chance to buy full season ticket plans to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium for the remainder of the 2010 season. Great locations are still available and include 2010 postseason options. For information, visit Yankees.com or call 718-293-6000. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
There are over 358 million trillion gallons of water on Earth. But not all water is created equal. Only 1/1000,000,000% is filtered naturally beneath the Earth, with a distinct balance of minerals, and emerges crisp and refreshing enough to be called Poland Spring. Poland Spring 100% natural spring water, born better.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Capital One Bank. What's in your wallet? By Hager, established 1926. Your own great moment starts at Hager.com. And by IOTV. IOTV offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTV. It's a hot one here in New York City, so the players are certainly hot on that field. The Yankees have taken the field, and Sabathia is taking his warm-ups, and we'll take a look at the A's starting lineup that he's going to face, presented by Lexus. Bob Guerin changes it up just a bit. He still leads off Coco Crisp in center. Rajai Davis moves up to bat second and play left. Kurt Suzuki, the DH today, will bat third. Cleaning up and playing third base, Kevin Kuzminoff. Mark Ellis at second will bat fifth. Batting sixth and playing right field, Matt Carson. Jeff Larish at first base will bat seventh. Batting eighth and catching, the switch hitter Landon Powell. And Cliff Pennington, the shortstop, is going to bat ninth.
Well, the Oakland A's going to go to work against #1 starter for the New York Yankees, CC Sabathia. We'll take a look at his numbers on the year, and they are very impressive. 18-5, 3.14. Only 177 hits and 194 2/3 innings. And we'll take a look at our scouting report on CC. Does a great job of protecting the home field. 10-0 at the stadium this year. And when he starts the season, he finishes the job strong. 63-22 with an ERA under 3 from August to the end of the season. And because of that, this could be the year he wins 20. He has won 19 twice in his career. Has never won 20 games.
So we are ready for baseball. Coco Crisp ready. So is CC Sabathia. And let's do it here in the Bronx. The first pitch is low, and we are underway. Check it out, John. Look how far up in the box Coco Crisp is. I mean, wouldn't he have trouble with the fastball that way?
He might have trouble with the fastball, but he's taking the slider away from CC, taking the break away. He's going to try to hit it out in front of home plate.
Now, the catcher obviously notices that. He's going to call more fastballs.
Well, you can call fastballs in. You can try to keep the ball away from them. The changeup might be a weapon. What Coco's trying to do is hit the ball out in front, take the break away from the slider.
1-1. There's a strike. A's are 65-67. They've lost 3 straight. They've lost 5 of their last 7. They're 4-5 on the final game of this 10-game road trip for them. Swing and a miss. Weak hack there by Crisp. He goes down on strikes. Let's check out the Yankee defense behind CC Sabathia, brought to you by Mercedes. In the outfield, Kearns, Gardner, and Swisher. That's left to right. Infield, Nunez, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira third to first. Posada behind the plate, and Karsten Charles Sabathia is on the mound.
Michael, you mentioned those numbers for the A's on a long road trip. 3 games already. The Yankees have beat them. 8-1 this year. The Yankees have beaten the A's. And you're facing the #1 guy for the Yankees. Tough afternoon.
Pitch inside to Rajai Davis.
Almost get the feeling if you're the Oakland A's, your starter Dallas Braden has to have a good ball game, keep you in it until late. And Bob Guerin, the manager, hoping you can win a late game here this afternoon.
Check swing. He goes. Count 1-1. Home plate umpire is C.B. Buckner. And the big left-hander deals. Grounded to third. Nunez. 2 outs. So 2 down. That's going to bring up Kurt Suzuki. They give him a little bit of a day off. They make him the DH today. He caught the first 3 games. He's one of their better hitters, so it's very tough when one of your better hitters is your catcher, because you can't play a catcher every day. You'll simply burn him out.
He doesn't have great numbers against CC, 227 batting average, but he does have 3 home runs in his career.
He's not deep in the box, but certainly not as far up as Coco Crisp was. Count 2-0. See the 3 home runs against Sabathia. Now, sometimes there are horses for courses and pitchers for umpires. You mentioned C.B. Buckner behind the plate. CC does not like CB behind the plate. In 8 starts in his career with Buckner as the home plate umpire, Sabathia is 1-3 with a 6.23. That's too many starts to be coincidental. There's a strike, and the count 3-1 to Suzuki.
When you think of CB Buckner, maybe it's a little floating zone, not as consistent back there. Also has an emphatic strike 3 call, likes to ring some batters up. We'll pay attention to that this afternoon. I know Paul O'Neill loves his strikeout call.
And he ends up walking Suzuki, does Sabathia. So a 2-out walk here in the first. That's going to bring up Kuzminov. Now, Kuzminov has 13 home runs, and that leads the A's. This team just doesn't have power. 84 home runs, and only the Mariners have hit fewer home runs in the big leagues. That's 82 for Seattle. Off-speed pitch, the changeup swung on and missed.
Yeah, good pitch. And Kuzminov hit a home run off A.J. Burnett last night. It was a fastball out over the plate. Got some good extension to hit his 13th of the year. Pay attention to CC Sabathia. Maybe try to crowd him inside. Good pitch. Kuzminov big and strong. If he can extend his arms, he can hit a ball a long way.
Here's A.J. Burnett feeling better about things with his 6 innings of 3-run ball yesterday. Picked up a victory. High fly ball, right field. Swisher drifts back. And right on the warning track, he makes the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left. A's nothing. Yankees coming to bat.
Good news, sir. I just got an email from the office, and word is people really love our claim service, especially the Auto Repair Express. Repairs are fast and they're guaranteed for as long as you own your car.
Hey, that's great. Is this your phone?
Yeah, of course.
But where do you put... I mean, how do you carry...
Here you go.
Thanks.
No, I got it, sir.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
So what nickname do you like better? Uriah Faber or the California Kid?
Uriah's not really a nickname.
Oh, check this out.
Oh, Uriah, please don't step on my throat. I don't like it.
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm Uriah Faber. I'm gonna bust his face open.
That's not exactly how I talk.
You should. Intimidate the hell out of a little nerd. Homeboy should have been training with tubes. Then you would have been evenly matched, just like me and you. That was almost a death blow, bro.
Well, the A's don't score in the top of the first. Now it's the Yankees' turn against Dallas Braden. And today's Yankees starting lineup is presented by Lexus. The captain, the shortstop, Derek Jeter, leads off. Batting second and playing right, Nick Swisher. Mark Teixeira's at first base. He'll hit third. The cleanup hitter, second baseman Robinson Cano. Marcus Timms, the DH, is going to bat fifth. Batting sixth and catching, Jorge Posada. Austin Kearns in left field will bat seventh. The number 8 hitter is the third baseman Eduardo Nunez. And Brett Gardner, the center fielder, is going to bat ninth.
New York Yankees going to face Dallas Braden, young left-hander for the Oakland A's. We'll take a look at his numbers. Pretty impressive, an even record. 9-9, a good ERA, 3.28, only 139 hits and 151 innings. And we'll look at our scouting report. Before the Alex Rodriguez incident on the mound, you would say Dallas who? But since then, he threw a perfect game May 9th against the Tampa Bay Rays. And when they say you know how to pitch, it usually means you don't have great stuff, but he's not afraid to throw the ball over the plate, will challenge you inside. And a great performance his last time out, complete game shutout against the Texas Rangers, 120 pitches in that outing.
Let's check out the A's defense behind Braden. And it's brought to you by our good friends at Mercedes. You've got Davis, Crisp, and Carson left to right in the outfield. Infield, Kuzmanov, Pennington, Ellis, and Laris third to first. Brendan Powell behind the plate, and Dallas Braden is on the mound. A mound that he doesn't want Alex Rodriguez crossing over. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Here's Derek Jeter. Derek picked up a hit yesterday. He's 2 for his last 30, 3 for his last 35. And his average is at 266. And there's a strike.
Talked about it in the scanner report. He knows how to pitch. He's, fastball velocity mid to upper 80s. Nothing impressive. Will pitch inside. First 2 fastballs to Derek in. Has a good changeup and a good feel for pitching.
Check swing. The first base umpire Kerwin Danley said no, he didn't go. The 2-1. 2-2.
And Michael, right there is the pitch, and we talked about it last night. Kevin Long, the hitting instructor, saying Derek Jeter expanding the zone a little bit more now when he's struggling. And this is a changeup, and it ends up off the plate a couple of inches, and Derek expanding the zone, fouling it off. Now you have an even count instead of 3-1.
That one is looped into right field. It's going to be a base hit. So Jeter picks up a leadoff single. Now we talked about Dallas Braden, how he became famous, not with a perfect game, but with this, as Alex Rodriguez crosses over and Dallas Braden starts to scream, "Get off my mound." I guess there's some unwritten rule, and Alex said, "Please go away." And Braden is obviously very, very fired up, and he just felt that that's not the right thing for a player to do, cross over mound. Some veterans have heard about it, some didn't hear about it. Many supported Braden, some laughed it off. I still don't know what to believe.
I'd never heard about it, and it was never an issue anytime during my career, minor leagues, big leagues. I never saw a pitcher get that upset. And then you start thinking about it from your own perspective. If, behind the plate, I consider that my territory. You see a lot of times hitters come up to the catcher and kind of tap him on the shin guards and all that stuff. It didn't bother me a whole lot. But I guess you can understand that Dallas Braden said, "This is my mound for a couple hours this afternoon. Stay away from it."
Now the teams met in July again, but Braden didn't pitch, so he didn't meet Alex, but they did get together and they autographed a couple of t-shirts for charity. Get Off My Mound t-shirts. And the A's put those t-shirts out. Braden did not want those t-shirts out. He felt that he didn't want to capitalize on something that he was serious about, but as long as it was raising money for charity, and it was very big of Alex to agree to do that, and they seem like they've patched things up. But I remember after the Get Off My Mound incident, Alex said, what is this guy known for? And then the guy goes out the next month and pitches a perfect game against Tampa Bay. So it's been an eventful season for Braden. Count 2-2 to Swisher.
That's the one thing that the Oakland A's love about Braden is his confidence in his ability, and obviously Not afraid to stand up to Alex Rodriguez. You're almost a little disappointed they didn't get to face each other that game you were talking about back in Oakland or this afternoon. Alex on the disabled list.
There was that famous shot after the perfect game. Dallas Braden's grandma was there, and she helped raise him. And I think her quote to the media was, "Tell Alex Rodriguez to stick it." And it was brought back to Alex. I thought his response was perfect. He said, "Okay, uncle, I give up." I mean, you can't win fighting with somebody's grandma, so he just gave up. The 3-2, Jeter was going. They can't get the force, but they get the out at first. Now, the perfect game was on May 9th, which was Mother's Day this year, and Braden joins baseball forever.
I guess this is a good sign for a pitcher who doesn't have great stuff. All you got to do is go out there and throw the ball over the plate, change speeds, maybe have a little deception. Obviously a perfect game. Nice to have on the mantle.
There's Mark Teixeira. There's a strike. Now, Braden's mom had passed away years ago when he was young, and so he shared that day with his grandmother who helped raise him. And 9 innings and no hits and no runs, no walks. 19th perfect game in Major League Baseball history. Count 1-1. There was another one this year, but there wasn't. And that was Andres Galarraga. Not Andres Galarraga. Armando Galarraga of the Tigers. Last call at first base was blown. Fouled away. There would have been 3 this year because Halladay had a perfect game against the Marlins. And it should have been Galarraga, but Jim Joyce did not get the call right at first base.
You can see how Braden is effective. I mean, he steps across his body a little bit and kind of crossfires back in against the righties. Mark Teixeira, who took care of the fastball last night inside from the lefty Anderson. He's having a little trouble with the fastball in from Braden.
It'll be tough to get out to Sheriff. Braden's teammates haven't been able to do it. He's 8 for 10 in the series with 2 homers and 7 ribbies. And the count 3-2. Braden's not afraid to move you off the plate.
No, and I'm impressed because we mentioned last night Anderson, the lefty, and you see the numbers outstanding in the series. He tried to come in there to Mark Teixeira, and he beat him a couple of times. But Braden, it shows you what he's all about this afternoon. Not afraid to come back in, challenging Mark.
And he strikes him out. Pitch on the inside corner for the second out.
And the location is not great, but after seeing 4 or 5 fastballs on the inner half, a changeup down the middle freezes Mark Teixeira. Ends up right there. Just locks him up. Seems like the type of kid, Michael, is not going to be afraid to come into Yankee Stadium after all this attention that he had gotten with Alex Rodriguez. He's pretty confident out there early on.
Here's Robinson Cano. And there's a strike. Count 0-1. And that one is lined out to third. Kuzmanov makes the play, and that will do it. So the leadoff single by Jeter is wasted. We played one here at the stadium. There's no score on yes. And Posada down swinging.
Yeah. Georgie, it's for you.
Hello? Didn't I tell you to stop chasing that high stuff?
Dad?
And open up your stands. They're jamming you inside.
You gotta love DirecTV. Georgie's dad never misses a pitch, all the way from Florida. And he gets the most games in HD.
Follow your favorite team no matter where you live with MLB Extra Innings on DirecTV.
Hello? Dad?
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the AccuCheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Well, it's time for the Toyota Text Poll. Today's question is, knowing what you know now, which pitcher would you rather have? You can text your vote to 58772. Standard text messaging rate supply. Would you rather have Aroldis Chapman, who burst upon the scene with the Reds the other day, 103-mile-an-hour fastball, or Steven Strasburg? Tough call. Strasburg obviously is great, but is he going to be great in 18 months coming back from Tommy John surgery? And we really don't know what Chapman is.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chapman getting a lot of attention for that fastball, but the slider was impressive.
Yankees have made a change. Nick Swisher is out of the game. Curtis Granderson penciled into his lineup spot. So Granderson's in center. Gardner moves to left. Kearns moves from left to right. And as soon as we find out what the deal is with Swisher, we'll tell you. Mark Ellis with a base hit. He came into this series so cold, but he has had some hits against the Yankees, so he's now 7 for his last 16.
He had 3 hits last night, all against righties, hitting them right back up the middle.
Well, let's look at the game time weather conditions presented by Bigelow Tea. Very hot day at Yankee Stadium. 90 degrees, humidity 45%, winds out of the south-southwest at 10 miles per hour, and the forecast is for a hot, humid afternoon. And you wonder if this extreme heat has kept some fans away, because it's a very rare sight where you can see pockets of empty seats around Yankee Stadium. The left field bleachers, there's a lot of empty seats out there, and this ballpark is always full. And today, I don't know if it's late arriving or the Labor Day weekend or the weather, but there are some pockets of empty seats. Here's Matt Carson. There's a strike. Just got this news. I have something on my BlackBerry where I get breaking news from the Boston Globe, where they announced how Red Sox second baseman Dustin Pedroia is expected to have surgery to insert a screw in his left foot sometime tomorrow, and the surgery obviously effectively ends any chance that Pedroia plays again this season. That's a big, it's been a big loss for the Red Sox. The 1-2 inside. Count 2-2 on Matt Carson. Red Sox start play 7 games behind Tampa Bay for the wild card. Tampa Bay is a game behind the Yankees for the top of the American League East. Let's see if they send Ellis with a 3-2 count on Carson. Grounded to short. This could be 2. There's 1. On to first. Not in time. Carson's too quick. So there's 1 away. IOTB offers you incredible HD picture and sound. HD is free with IOTB, the official HD service provider of Yankees baseball on Yes. Here's Jeff Larish. 3 for 11 in this series, 7 for his last 25.
Playing first base today. We've seen him in left field in this series, giving Derek Barton a day off. Pitch outside, 1-0.
There's a strike. .25 pitches. The strike to ball ratio is not great. CeCe's not working quickly right now, so he's still not feeling it. When he's feeling it on the mound, he's getting the ball and throwing it. How much does weather like this play in, John?
Well, usually it does, but you know, you think about CC Sabathia, he loves the hot weather, and you see the numbers on the year are outstanding. 18 wins, 194 2/3, 10-0 at home, 6-2 since the break. CC's one of those guys, he likes the warm weather, he just hasn't gotten into that groove or that rhythm yet.
Shattered bat. Ground ball to Nunez. They get one, that's all they'll get, as Carson went in hard on Cano. So they're a 2 away.
The one thing about CC early on, he doesn't have that electric fastball, but his location has been good. A fastball in, jams Larish, fights it off. The bat head goes into the crowd. I hope everybody's all right.
Look of shock. She's okay. Landon Powell hits one deep to left field. Gardner drifts back. He'll make the play for the final out of the inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left. Let's go to the bottom of the second. There's no score.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Yankees fans, get the inside scoop on everything Yankees by subscribing to Yankees Magazine. For just $49.99, you'll receive 8 issues of exclusive articles, interviews, and photos you won't find anywhere else. To subscribe to Yankees Magazine or to purchase other Yankees publications products, call 1-800-GO-YANKS or log on to Yankees.com today.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 RX 350 for $449 a month for 36 months with $41.48 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Droid. This droid has evolved to do even more. Now it integrates your work email so you can be hooked up to everything you need to do. Now it does 1 gigahertz speed on a more intuitive keyboard. Turning you into an instrument of efficiency. Introducing the new Droid 2 by Motorola, part of the next generation of does.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 HS250H for $319 a month for 36 months with $40.18 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Let's look at the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Acela Express. Enjoy the journey. The A's leave town after this game, but the Yankees stay right here. They play 3 straight games against Toronto at 1:05, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then the Orioles come to town, and on Labor Day, a 1:05 start, 7:05 back to under the lights on Tuesday, and then a 1:05 on Wednesday. Yankees are off on Thursday, travel to Texas for 3 games against the Rangers, and a very, very long road trip. Dallas Braden, you're in for a mound of trouble. A's will head home after this game, and they're going to host the Angels tomorrow night. Here's Marcus Tibbs. And there's a strike. Tibbs has put together a nice season. 11 for his last 30. Been very productive, especially against lefties. You know what? He's been productive against righties this year, too. We shouldn't just say lefties. He was acquired and signed to be a weapon against left-handers, but he's done damage against righties.
Well, the more productive he had been against lefties, got some opportunities to face some right-handers and took advantage of it.
Strike 3. And Tim's down looking.
Well, you can see why the Yankees are having a little bit of trouble with Braden and why he's successful. He steps this way and then throws across his body to the inner half on a righty. Tough to pull the trigger. He kind of hides the ball well. Stays true on the inner half. Watch, it steps this way, and then the pitch is going to come in. It's going to lock up a right-handed batter.
John, I've always heard for so many years that that's a recipe for a bad arm.
It is. You know, it's mechanically not what you want, but when you're a kid like this who doesn't have outstanding stuff, you're looking for a little deception.
Jorge Posada hits one deep to left. There it goes. See ya. No deception there. Jorge Posada with a solo shot. Yankees on the board. They lead 1-0.
Well, Jorge Posada, who had an interesting end to his game last night, being thrown out by the home plate umpire Dana DeMuth, comes right back in the first at bat. First pitch, fastball right down the middle. Home run number 17. It's the Yankees on the board.
That's the first home run that Braden has allowed in 34 innings pitched. Posada 17 homers and 51 ribbies. Has not played that much this year. Those are not bad numbers.
You know what it seems like too, Michael? I mean, he's getting hot at the right time. You know, you mentioned didn't play a whole lot at the beginning, had a lot of days off. Now all of a sudden that bat's starting to pick up. More reps behind the plate, 17 home runs.
Two-1 to Kearns. Missed outside, 3-1. Kearns one hit in his last 21 at bats. He got that yesterday. Broke an 0 for 18 slide. Count 3-2.
It's incredible. 85 miles an hour and a fastball count, 3-1. A good pitch to hit, and Austin Kearns is jammed. It just tells you how that delivery hides the baseball, plays a lot harder than 85.
Just missed with that pitch as Austin Kearns works a one-out walk. That's going to bring up Eduardo Nunez. Nunez hitting .290. And there's a strike right on the outside corner. Squibb towards second base. They have one play. They make it at first as Kearns moves to second. So Kearns now in scoring position for Brett Gardner. Gardner 8 for his last 20, has his average at .286, 8th in the American League with a .389 on base percentage.
Braden not terrible against left-handed batters. .245 batting average, tells you he doesn't have that big sweeping slider. Expect Brett Gardner to have a productive at bat.
Well, this should send a message to kids that don't throw hard, though, that, you know, if you work the strike zone, throw strikes, change speeds, you're going to get people out.
85 miles an hour. I mean, you can go to a local high school field and see somebody in senior in high school throwing 85. But you're right, Michael. Throw the ball over the plate, hit your corners, have a little deception in your delivery.
Count 1-2.
I guess most importantly, the courage and lack of fear in throwing the ball, attacking hitters. pretty good changeup, too.
Sometimes you wonder if someone's success or lack of fear can be tied to the way they were brought up. And Dallas Braden has certainly had his trials and tribulations as a kid, losing his mom early to skin cancer, and you know, being raised by his grandmother, didn't have much money. You know, what's there to be afraid of on the mound? The 1-2. 2-2.
Well, you think about a kid like Braden, how hard it is to scout somebody like this. You know, if you go watch him play a high school or college, he's not going to impress you. 85 miles an hour, does not have a good breaking ball. He does have a plus changeup. You'll give him that. The fact that he's left-handed obviously probably gave him an opportunity to play professional baseball, and he's taken advantage. Again, we're talking about the motion.
Ooh.
It's a high arm angle for lefty, and the hand finishes. Usually you see lefties more 3/4 with a sweeping breaking ball. Braden really over the top.
Braden, a 24th round draft pick for the A's out of Texas Tech, as Gardner fouls it away. Grew up in Stockton, California, so fairly close to Oakland. He was originally drafted by the Braves in the 46th round as a draft and follow player. They didn't sign him. He went to college, and in 2004 the A's took him.
'24th rounder. Definitely not a bonus baby. Didn't get a lot of money to sign, I'm sure. Just an opportunity to give it a shot, and it's worked out. Perfect game.
Swing and a miss. A 9-pitch at bat is won by Braden as Gardner strikes out. But the Yankees get a run. The first run of the game. First pitch that Posada saw, he deposited it into the bullpen in left center field. Yankees won, and the A's nothing after 2.
This time of the year, it's all or nothing. Tomorrow afternoon, the Yankees take on the rough and tough Blue Jays at the stadium as the battle for AL East supremacy continues and the playoff race comes to a boil. Blue Jays, Yankees. Complete coverage starts tomorrow at noon with batting practice today, only on Yes.
Introducing the newest addition to the Skechers Shape-Ups line, SRT, Skechers Radius Trainer for men. Shape-Ups SRT design helps to absorb impact and increase muscle activity. Get more out of your workout with Shape-Ups SRT by Skechers.
I was driving to Northern California. My son was asleep.
I really didn't see it coming.
I didn't realize I was drifting into the other lane.
I was literally falling asleep at the wheel.
It got my attention, telling me that I wasn't paying attention.
I had no idea the guy in front of me had stopped short, but my car did.
My car did.
Thankfully, my Mercedes did.
A world you can't predict demands a car you can trust. The E-Class. The best or nothing. That is what drives us.
On your next business trip, pack your Marriott Rewards Visa card. Get triple points every time you use your card at Marriott. Apply now and earn 22,500 bonus points when you use your card and enjoy a free night's stay. So before you know it, work time becomes well-deserved downtime. Apply now at Marriott.com/free night stay. You've got staying power.
Shoe technology revolutionized, featuring Skechers Shape-Ups technology, absorbing energy, minimizing impact, and creating resistance to help you maximize your workout. Run less, get more. Skechers Resistance Runner.
We go to the third inning, and the Yankees lead the A's 1-0. And here in the top of the third, we check in with our very own Jack Curry, who is roasting down in the third base camera well. The first pitch is a strike. Hi, Jack. How are you?
You know what they say, Michael. The temperature's the same for everybody. You still got to perform.
Is that big league, Jack?
What a gamer.
Huh?
Look at him.
That's unbelievable. All right, tell me about Marcus Thames. He's been so good for the Yankees this year. Why has he been so productive?
Michael, he's been a terror against left-handed pitching, and in talking to him before the game, he cited some of the reasons why. He said that more consistent at-bats, but also getting his legs under him. He said the more that he plays, the better he feels with his legs, and that's allowed him to generate more power at the plate.
That's a bunt by Pennington. Posada out quickly, fires past Teixeira and down the right field line. Pennington's going for 2. The throw is not in time. So that's going to be an error, I would assume, on Posada. I don't know if they'll give him a hit first and then an error allowing him to move to second, but we'll take a look.
We'll see what happens here with Jorge Posada. Not a bad bunt by Pennington out on the grass. And you can see the low arm angle for Jorge Posada. Ball's going to move a little left to right. A tough play for Mark Teixeira when you put that left arm in the way of a base runner. Good chance of an injury.
And they're going to be giving him an E2, so no base hit at all. E2, 2 base error, and that's going to bring up Coco Crisp. Another slow roller in front of the plate. Posada grabs this, fires true to Teixeira, and moving to third is Pennington. Now, Jack, continuing with Marcus Thames, you were talking about him. Obviously, the Yankees-Jays this weekend, every game is important for the Yankees. They only have a 1-game lead. But that day's a little more important to Marcus Thames. Why?
On Saturday, Michael, his nephew, Dennis Thames, will be playing his first college football game for Mississippi State. He's a cornerback. He's a redshirt freshman. Marcus said he's the best athlete in the family. Coming out of high school, he was voted by one website as the best football athlete in the state of Mississippi. So Marcus said he's excited about playing the Yankees and the Jays on Saturday, but then he has to find a place as we see Davis foul this one off, and I think Teixeira is going to get it, Michael.
Yes, he will for the second out.
But I was going to say he's got to find a place that has the Mississippi State game on. He said it's not going to be a problem. And Michael, while I'm on the Thames family, I should mention to you, you better make sure you say nice things about Marcus. His mom, who is paralyzed and watches every game on the S Network, follows every pitch, and she called Marcus this morning at 8 a.m. She was his wake-up call.
Mom, I hope you're doing well. We thank you for watching. Now, Mom also probably wants to know about Alex Rodriguez, Marcus's teammate. He took some BP today, Jack. What's the latest on Alex? He can come off the DL Sunday.
Right. If Veterine Thames is a Yankee fan, which she is, she wants to know about A-Rod like everybody else. And I was standing near you, Michael, and I know you watched it too. I thought A-Rod looked like he was going at about 75%. I really thought he looked like a guy who was working his way back. He didn't talk to the reporters afterwards. He blew past us. But I think the thing is the fact that he's already put out there that he might not be back on the exact date, which is Sunday. I expect him to take a couple extra days.
Yeah, I got that same sense as well. I got a chance to talk to him a little bit around the batting cage, and he didn't want to commit to Sunday, Jack. So if you don't want to commit, I would think that you're probably going to take a couple more days.
And let's face it, it makes sense. They don't want this guy to get hurt again. And though they are battling with the Rays, Michael, the bigger cushion is the wild card cushion, and they have a pretty hefty lead over the Red Sox right now for what would be that fight for the wild card.
Good stuff, Jack. We'll see you on the postgame.
Thanks, Michael.
All right, that's Jack Curry. Runner at third base with 2 outs. Kurt Suzuki, an 0-2 count against CC Sabathia. Foul back.
I had a chance to talk to Alex the other day about that calf problem, and he said, you know, it's totally different than anything he's experienced, because if you have like the hip problem he has had, you have a bigger muscle groups around it to kind of compensate, where you can still find a way to get by. With the calf, he's finding it a lot tougher. Maybe he's going to need a few more days.
Well, it was interesting because when he was by the batting cage, Rob Thompson was watching, and I asked Alex a couple of questions when he came out, and he said yes. And one of the questions was, "Are you coming back Sunday?" And then Rob Thompson said, "No, he didn't know. He didn't know that was the question, Mike." And Alex says, "No, I didn't say I'm coming back Sunday." So he's very aware that he doesn't want to make any, signing any oaths that he's going to be back when he comes back up the DL. So I mean, a couple more days, as long as he's right. The 1-2 swing and a miss, and Sabathia survives the 2-base error by his catcher, picks up Posada. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Yanks.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Can football announcer Andres Cantor make any sport exciting?
Ha sido una partida intensa hoy. Jadrowski está pensando. Veamos qué va a hacer. Moverá la reina, moverá el caballo. ¡Qué tensión! ¡Viene! ¡Gol!
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Yankees fans become part of the winning team by joining the New York Yankees Fan Club. For just $40, you'll receive an official membership card, a World Championship nylon banner, a World Championship coin, a New York Yankees cap, special ticket discounts, and other exclusive fan club items. To join, call 1-800-GO-YANKS or log on to Yankees.com today.
Here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event, everybody's got a story, even the sales reps. Take Kelly, for instance. Kelly likes to call herself an escapist, which is kind of funny because she never seems to leave the dealership. She's always here talking about great deals and sync technology and how the Escape can practically park itself. Look, Kelly loves her Escape and loves her job. I just wish she'd get out more.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Escape for $189 a month, just $189.
So many stories, so little time. You really should drive one.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by J&R Music and Computer World and by Ford, the official truck of the New York Yankees. Players love that, John. Posada makes an error, runner at second base, nobody out, and Sabathia doesn't panic and doesn't let that run score. He picks him up.
Well, there's so much of a conversation on why he's a number one. Well, obviously he's got great stuff and wins a bunch of ball games, but when you're a catcher and you make a throwing error, a runner at second base, nobody out, and then the next 3 outs are no problem. I mean, that's why he's a true number one.
Here's Derek Jeter. He blooped a single to right field in the first inning against Braden. You know, CC was the topic of conversation in Joe Girardi's daily press conference before the game. And the one thing that Joe kept bringing up, and it's really hard to quantify, he said, we knew what type of pitcher he was. He said, and we had heard what type of guy he was. He said, but the guy he is even better than what we expected. What he brings to that room and his personality, the air that he has about it. I mean, can you possibly explain that better, John? Well, what does a guy like that mean to a team? And what can he be doing in that clubhouse that's so important?
Well, I mean, it's the relationships that he has formed, I think, with the starting rotation, first of all, where they're all accountable for what they do out on the field. But also a true star, Derek grounds out to second base, who doesn't have that ego that goes along with it. You know, if you're a young player right now or a young pitcher like Nova, you could go right to CC Sabathia and start talking pitching without a problem. I mean, he's that open and willing to help his teammates. But I ask you, has there been a guy who's come to New York for the Yankees with a big contract and did not have any problems adjusting last year? We saw Randy Johnson come in, had some issues. I mean, it's tough. Mike Mussina?
I don't think Mussina had a trouble adapting because, I mean, he was so within himself. So Mussina wasn't as comfortable as Sabathia, though. But I don't think that Mike has ever been comfortable. He's just not that sort of guy. I'd have to think about it, but the transition has been extraordinarily smooth. It's amazing.
I just think about the 3 years that I was here in 03, 04, 05. Hideki Matsui came first. The first half he struggled. The second half he was fantastic, so it was definitely an adjustment period. Then Alex Rodriguez came in, same thing, adjustment at the beginning, and then got better. And Randy Johnson. I mean, the three big guys in those 3 years, and CC has come in. It's been seamless, winning games on the field and being a leader in the clubhouse.
Now, Jack just passed me a note. A guy that had no problems at all was David Cohn, but he had a little bit of an indoctrination with the Mets before that. Teixeira hits a high fly ball to left field. Davis is there, and he'll put it away for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning. We've played 3 here at the stadium, a 6-pitch inning for Braden. 1-0 Yanks.
A new chapter has been written at pinstripebible.com. Its all-new design, frequent daily updates, and enhanced user commenting system make it a must-read for every Bronx Bombers fan. Make yourself well-versed in everything Yankees at the new pinstripebible.com.
Here
Here in Dallas, everyone loves the Cowboys, which makes it odd that our neighbor is a Redskins fan. He got NFL Sunday ticket, so now he can watch their games every Sunday. And that's fine. Live and let live. Right, baby? But I'm not so sure Troy Barkman is such a fan.
Watch your favorite team wherever you live. Upgrade to NFL Sunday Ticket today.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Time for the New York State Smokers Quit Line Quiz. CC Sabathia is one of 2 active pitchers to have won 19 games in a season twice, but never won 20. Who's the other pitcher? We'll find that out. Here's Kevin Kuzminov. And a strike. 1-0. The Yankees lead the A's. Now, Sabathia has had trouble in the past against the A's. 6-8 with a 5.36. And for many years, he just felt uncomfortable because that was the ballpark that he went to as a kid. He grew up in that area and just wasn't comfortable. Had a lot of family and friends there. I think he's solved that since, though. The only game, though, that the A's have beaten the Yankees this year, Yankees are 8-1, was the game, the get off my mound game. It was Sabathia against Dallas Braden that day. But at least he pitched well. Yankees lost that game 4-2. And that was a Thursday matinee, just like this one. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Kuzminov down on strikes.
We talked early on that CC didn't look comfortable, kind of working a little bit slower. The pace is starting to pick up now. 41 pitches with 1 out in the 4th, and a real good slider. You can't do it any better than this. Down and in. Kuzminov swings right over the top.
There's Mark Ellis. Ellis singled to right in the 2nd. That was a fastball strike. Nick Swisher left the game after 1 inning. Jack Curry tells me the injury is his left knee, but he is working on gathering more info on that.
Well, the left knee was the one he fouled a baseball off of, right? Right above the knee.
Yes.
About a week ago.
Backhanded play by Jeter. He has time to set, fire, and he gets Ellis. Nice play by the Yankee captain.
This was Nick Swisher early on running out of the box, and you can see a little hitch in his giddy up there. But a nice play by Jeter here. Was he going to jump and do the throw? No, he plants on the back leg, a strong throw across the diamond. Close play with Ellis. Good strong throw from Derek Jeter.
Bob Guerin wanted to talk things over with Kerwin Danley. Been a rough 4 days here in New York for Guerin.
You wonder if he's trying to get his troops going a little bit. I mentioned this is a tough game for the A's. Yankees have been 8-1 against them. CC Sabathia, their #1 pitcher. End of a long road trip. Looking forward to getting back home. Tough job for a manager to get his team fired up.
Bob Guerin has a little bit of a connection to the Yankee coaching staff. Dave Island, the Yankee pitching coach, actually won 6 games with the New York Yankees, and Guerin was the catcher for 3 of them. Let's take a look at the Coors Light freeze cam, and Guerin had a legitimate beef because Mark Ellis was in fact safe at first base, as you can see on the Coors Light freeze cam. The 0-2. 1-2. And Yankee trainer Steve Donahue talking things over with Joe Girardi, probably giving him an update. Fouled away.
Here comes the velocity from CC Sabathia. He started out about 90, 91. All of a sudden he's up to 95. Getting loose here in the 4th inning. Another thing, Michael, we didn't even talk about CC, the ability to go deep in ball games. Look at that pitch count, 47 with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Everything you look for in a number 1.
Count 2-2.
Slider did not miss by much. Just off the inside corner.
In 14 of his last 17 starts, Sabathia has thrown 7 or more innings. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He gets Carson for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning, and he did it with just 11 pitches. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 1-0 Yanks.
J&R, New York's largest and top-rated technology superstore for cameras, computers, audio products, movies, music, housewares, TVs, video games, and more, is now proud to be the official consumer electronics retailer of the New York Yankees.
What are we doing?
The Wave.
Oh, why?
This is what they do at games. And IOTV carries every HD game for all 9 New York sports teams. And it's baseball season.
I love baseball. Oh, touchdown!
Catch every HD game of all 9 New York sports teams. With incredible HD picture and sound, IOTV brings you the best HD experience free.
There are over 358 million trillion gallons of water on Earth. But not all water is created equal. Only 1/1000th of 1% is filtered naturally beneath the Earth, with a distinct balance of minerals, and emerges crisp and refreshing enough to be called Poland Spring. Poland Spring 100% natural spring water, born better.
At Raymore and Flanagan, we're committed to delivering more than just beautiful furniture. After delivery, we return all the packaging materials to our recycling center, diverting the Northeast landfills. In turn, cardboard becomes something like books or paper products. Plastic and styrofoam turn into things like toys and everyday useful items. Now that's truly beautiful. Raymore and Flanagan, helping take care of our little corner of the world.
Bottom of the 4th inning means it's time for the answer to the New York State Smokers Quit Line quiz. CC Sabathia is one of 2 active pitchers to have won 19 games in a season twice, but never 20. Who's the other pitcher? The answer is Chin-Ming Wang. Won 19 2 years in a row.
Is there any word on him?
Still with the Nationals and has never come off the DL. There was some hope that he'd be there by mid-season, but not yet. The scary part was he had shoulder surgery, and we talked about what Kerry Wood said yesterday. I'll take 8 Tommy John surgeries rather than 1 shoulder surgery. Pitch to Cano is high. Foul back.
Braden doing a good job running that fastball in on Robinson Cano on his hands. He jammed him the first at bat. A few more fastballs in this at bat. Going in there again.
Oh, what an odd swing by Cano. Really got tied up off balance for the second strike.
It's so unusual if you're Robinson Cano to see a lefty who pitches in as much as Dallas Braden does, and you see he tries to hold up the swing. Awkward swing, spinning out of the box.
Fouled over the A's dugout. Nice play by a fan. I think he used his hat to catch that. And then the little girl gets the souvenir. Yeah, it was with his hat. That's using your head. Or your hat. Yeah, it was with the hat. A little bobble, but he caught it. He almost reacted as happy as you did when you caught that foul ball on the West Coast.
Expect me to acknowledge that comment?
No, you were pumped up. You almost knocked over Bob Lorenz.
Not almost, I did.
It was you, Lorenz, and Jack. Jack Curry was in the booth. It was Seattle, right?
It was Seattle. It was one of those trips to the West Coast you missed. A couple of Oakland trips, Seattle.
Oh, I'm sorry. That trip I got engaged. I'm sorry, John. I should have been out there.
Well, congratulations on the engagement.
Thank you. And you on the catch. The 3-2. It's fouled back. Now, if you think I'm lying, here's the catch by John Flaherty. No regard at all for Lorenz. That was a great catch.
Let's put it this way. Bob Lorenz actually made an effort for the ball.
Right.
What would you have done?
I would have made an effort. No, I would not have cowered. And Cano works a walk.
You know, the one thing I do have to admit, I got caught up in the moment a little bit.
You milked it.
No, I didn't milk it. As a player, you're expected to make the plays, and you don't really see the crowd react.
Right.
When I caught that ball and you actually look down and you see all the crowd looking up at you, kind of giving you some love, I got caught up in the moment.
Why not? You should. You have every right. That was a beautiful play.
Might be some people who think I went over the top a little bit. I got caught up in the moment.
I won't give you the names of those people, but some people have said that. Here's Marcus Timms. You notice the Fordham guy, though, Jack Curry, he stayed out of the fray. He knew he could go down to the clubhouse and get a baseball if he needed it.
The Fordham guy didn't want any part of it. The USC guy got blocked out, and the GW guy made the play. That's the bottom line. Not acknowledging.
Let's telestrate it, okay?
No part over here.
No part, Jack. And Lorenz is almost knocked over, and you milking it. Yeah. It almost looks like a papal blessing up there. Amazing. Good stuff, John.
I got caught up, I admit it.
It's a great catch. They got him. They picked off Cano. A quick move by Braden, and Cano gets picked off.
Well, Braden doing a good job holding the running game, and a quick step off and a perfect throw right to Larish gets Robinson Cano trying to get back. Didn't look like Robinson was going anywhere. He just got caught flat-footed.
That's bad if you're not going anywhere. The 7th pickoff for Braden, who has a good move. The 1-2 inside. Swing and a miss, and Tim's down on strikes.
Well, it's easy to see why this kid has a ERA, low 3s, record of 9-9, a perfect game. Except for one pitch to Jorge Posada, first pitch fastball. Everything else has been outstanding. In, out, good changeup, works fast, throws strikes.
Here's Posada, the only offense in this game, a home run with 1 out in the 2nd. This time he doesn't start him off with a fastball, breaking ball low and inside. 1-0 Yankees are in the bottom of the fourth. Yankees looking for their 6th straight win and a 4-game sweep of the A's. The 2-0. High fly ball, shallow left. Rajay Davis is there, and that will do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Let's go to the 5th. 1-0 Yanks.
We keep losing our coffee customers to W.B. Mason.
It's a disturbing trend.
W.B. Mason, huh? The Green Mountain Coffee.
And lots of gourmet flavors.
And low prices.
Their everyday delivery, their one-cup brewing.
No waste, no mess.
Well, I know one company that'll never switch to W.B. Mason.
Never.
This company.
Right.
Come on, let's get a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee, gentlemen?
Oh,
Mama. Who but W.B. Mason?
And now I'll turn it over to the Gecko.
Ah, thank you, sir. As we all know, Geico has been saving people money on RV, camper and trailer insurance, as well as motorcycle insurance. Ah, sorry. Technical difficulties.
What about this?
What's this one do? Maybe that one.
Okay, let's keep rolling. We run motorcycle insurance?
Take 15 minutes to see how much you could save on motorcycle, RV, and camper insurance.
Dudes, this is the best. With the Coors Light Home Draft, we can drink a draft at home while we watch the game at home.
What could be better? We're here.
The Coors Light Home Draft. CO2 pressurized for up to 30 days of fresh frost-brewed draft beer right from your fridge.
Sorry, it's cool.
The Home Draft from Coors Light.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Like the Yankees, the Rays have clinched another winning season against the Blue Jays last night. Rafael Soriano gets John Buck to lift one out the left. Carl Crawford will eventually catch it. Rays won at 2-1. They're idle today, but start a 3-game series against the O's in Baltimore tomorrow. Now back to Michael in the bone crusher of the broadcast booth, John Flaherty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Bob. 5th inning here. Yankees are leading 1-0. You know who that is? That's Judge Judy. And right next to her is the great columnist for the New York Post, Cindy Adams, enjoying the game. Judge Judy had a big hug today from Nick Swisher. He goes, "I love your stuff." It was very nice. It was emotional.
She's proud of her stuff.
And Nick's proud of watching it. But she's been on the air for a long time, and it's a #1 show in the afternoon. It's amazing. Good for her. Good to see Cindy Adams as well. Jeff Larish right back to Sabathia. Knocks it down, scrambles after it, makes the out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Larish, who got jammed his last at bat, got a fastball out over the plate. Looked like an easy play for CeCe, but gets away from him a little bit, hustles it up. First out in the 5th.
Now, speaking of Nick Swisher, Yankees announced he has stiffness in his left knee. That's why he left the game after the 1st inning, and he is listed as day-to-day. Here's Landon Powell. 1-0. Powell with a fly ball to left in the 2nd inning. He's the backup catcher to Kurt Suzuki, so he doesn't see that much time behind the plate. Better at shutting down a running game, though. In his career, he's thrown out 37.5% of all attempted base stealers.
And Michael, is a backup guy, this is a dream situation right here. You get ahead in the count 2-0, and you're hoping CeCe Sabathia will challenge you and throw a fastball. See what happens.
Does throw the fastball. It's high.
Such a hard job when you don't get to play a lot. Suzuki catches pretty much every day. Powell gets an opportunity against a #1 starter. Not an easy assignment.
And he walks Powell.
So we don't know if this is why Nick Swisher's having some problems today, but this was a foul ball in Toronto. It could be related. Coming out of the box. Clearly not 100%.
And quickly taken out of the lineup. Here's Cliff Pennington. He reached on a throwing error by Posada on a bunt in front of the plate. Now the game, John, where you made that great play in Seattle, Kent Singleton actually did the 3D broadcast. And he just texted me and said, that play looked even better in 3D. Tell Flash he had every right to be proud of it.
Thank you, Kenny. Somebody has my back here.
And Kenny also texted. He said, it's way too hot to be playing golf, so I'm enjoying the game in air conditioning. We'll see Kenny for the Baltimore series.
Powell's taking a lead like I used to take a lead, about 2 feet off first base, not going anywhere.
Grounded to third. Let's see if they can turn two. There's one. There's two, and around the horn, 5-4-3. Double play. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base at the end of 4.5. We are halfway through. Yankees 1 and the Athletics nothing right here on Yes.
Allie Baker. Allie Baker. Allie Baker. Michael Joyner. Michael Joyner.
Wicked cold, guys. Wicked cold.
Droid. This droid has evolved to do even more. Now it integrates your work email so you can be hooked up to everything you need to do. Now it does 1 gigahertz speed on a more intuitive keyboard. Turning you into an instrument of efficiency. Introducing the new Droid 2 by Motorola, part of the next generation of does.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Fusion for $149 a month. Just $149.
Gift to your Tri-State Ford dealer.
Sunday.
It's the return of Notre Dame football on Yes.
The end zone touchdown.
Watch the replay of Saturday's game as the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame take on the Purdue Boilermakers. It all starts Sunday at 6, only on Yes.
It's time to take a look at the GE Capital partner play. Great partnerships are built on trust. At GE Capital, we prove that every day.
We'll take a look at this double play. Pennington right to Nunez. Gets it to Robinson Cano in good shape. Takes his time. A nice strong throw across the diamond.
So we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The only offense in this game, the home run by Jorge Posada. That came in the 2nd inning. It'll be the bottom 3rd of the order against Dallas Braden. So far, CC Sabathia has allowed just 1 hit. So Dallas Braden will face Kearns, Nunez, and Gardner. And everybody seems to be swinging at the first pitch. That's popped up to shallow center. Long run for Crisp. And he makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Yankees know that Braden's going to throw strikes, so they're not trying to work the count. Not today.
I think you have a couple of lefties today who are on top of their game. Braden really made 1 mistake, a first pitch fastball to Posada. You're right, Michael. He's pounding the strike zone. You got to make an adjustment, go up there and be a little bit more aggressive. And the same thing with the A's against CC Sabathia. Don't want to get behind in the count.
And Nunez tries the bunt. Hey, congratulations have to go out to the Yankees minor league third baseman Brandon Laird, who they really liked in spring training. He started with Trenton and is now with Scranton, their AAA team. but he spent most of the year at Double-A Trenton, and he was just named the 2010 Eastern League MVP. That one is driven deep to left field. Davis back, and he will retire Nunez for the second out.
MVP.
MVP.
You have some of the numbers?
We'll get him in a second. I had him right here, and I put him down.
MVP numbers for Double-A. I'm just curious on what they would be.
I got him. Relax. All right. He hit 291 with 22 doubles, 2 triples, 23 home runs, 90 runs batted in, 73 runs scored, 355 on base percentage, 523 slugging percentage. And he did that in 107 games. And that was his first. He's 22 years old, and it was his first season at Double-A.
23 home runs in just over 100 games. Congratulations. That's a big year. Pretty good baseball family there, huh?
Gerald Laird's brother. Two games this year, he drove in 7 runs each game. Hit for the cycle. And the last hit in the cycle, a 2-run walk-off home run. So he's got some you know, flair. Those numbers good enough for you?
It's incredible. I ask you for, you know, maybe home runs, RBIs. I get everything.
It's a ground ball a second. And Brett Gardner is just nailed for the final out. A 7-pitch inning as the Yankees go down in order, and we go to the 6th. 1-0 Bombers.
If you were a candy man, then I'd tell you so. You're so sweet.
Sweet Million is sweeter than sweet, which is sweet. Sweet Million from the New York Lottery. Your best chance to win $1 million for $1.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the Accu-Check Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free Accu-Check Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Down here, we do one thing at a time.
On Sunday, we watch the Dolphins game.
But our friend Al got an NFL Sunday ticket. Now he watches 8 games live on one screen.
It's too many things.
Since he can handle such stimulation, let's make him dance with Miss Keener after bingo.
Watch 8 games live on one screen. Upgrade to NFL Sunday Ticket today.
Well, it's time for another look at today's Toyota text poll. Once again, the question, knowing what you know now, which pitcher would you rather have? You've been texting us at 58772, and here's how you voted. Close. 52% want Chapman, 48% Strasburg. Strasburg's supposed to be having his surgery tomorrow, Tommy John surgery. Here's Coco Crisp to start the 6th. There's a changeup swung on and missed. 1-0 Yankees over the A's. The only run in the game on Posada's home run in the 2nd inning. And Crisp still way up in front in the batter's box. Nice play by Nunez. Gets to his feet and gets the out. That is a nice play by the Yankee third baseman, Eduardo Nunez.
Usually a shortstop in such a reaction position over there at third base. You mentioned Crisp up in the box. Hits a hot shot to Nunez. Plenty of time. Throw across the diamond to get Crisp. It's all reactions at third base. It's a little move to his right.
Here's Rajai Davis. And a strike. The A's, it's a very quirky statistical note for the A's. They've won 13 of their last 16 day games. And in the day this year, they are 30-13, and that's the best mark in the major leagues. Now check this out. At night, they're 35-54. And that's why they're trailing the Rangers, because they can't play at night. And that's the second worst night record of any team. The Baltimore Orioles are worse at 36-61. Rajai Davis grounds to Jeter, 2 away.
You can't even explain it.
No, it's hard. Well, it's really impossible.
And the bottom line, this is an athletic team that just does not have a lot of power. They're not going to hit a bunch of 3-run home runs, and a combination with CC Sabathia, who doesn't give up a lot of home runs anyway. I feel like they got to string together a couple of base hits, maybe steal a couple of bases to put themselves in scoring position.
Sabathia has allowed just 1 hit, a clean single through the right side of the infield by Mark Ellis, leading off the second. That is it. And 2 walks. Pitch outside. There has not been there's 1 runner in scoring position. On an E2, a throwing error by Posada on a bunt by Pennington. He was at second with nobody out in the third, but did not come around to score. Soft ground ball to Jeter, charges, and that will do it. A 1-2-3 inning on 7 pitches for Sabathia, just coasting along as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Yanks.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 ES350 for $379 a month for 36 months with $40.78 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Was Abe Lincoln honest?
Does this dress make my backside look big?
Perhaps it will. Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Is having a snowball fight with pitching great Randy Johnson a bad idea?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe this was a bad idea.
Like summer, it's here, but not forever. The Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2010 RX 350 for $449 a month for 36 months with $41.48 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Tuesday on an all-new GMC presents Center Stage with Michael Kay, the original bad boy of tennis, John McEnroe.
I had a tendency to hold grudges against pretty much every umpire. You're the worst. You're the pitch of the world. You suck. I was just being myself.
It's an all-new GMC presents Center Stage with Michael Kay, Tuesday at 11.
Only on Yes.
Hey, save up to 40% off the advanced game price on select field seats and other great seating locations for Yankee home games now through September 7th, compliments of DKNY. This back-to-school ticket special presented by DKNY is for a limited time only, and tickets are available only subject to availability. Tickets are available at Yankees.com, all Ticketmaster outlets, and the Yankee Stadium ticket office. Derek Jeter will lead off against Dallas Braden. Braden's made 1 mistake. So far, that's held up. Posada's home run in the 2nd. There's a strike. The A's have not hit a ball out of the infield since the 2nd inning against Sabathia. Jeter opened the 1st inning with a bloop single to right field, then grounded to 2nd in the 3rd. was a duel the first time they met. This is what they're doing so far today. Both pitchers have pitched very well. 2 hits for Braden, the one by Jeter and the one by Posada. Count 0-2. Jeter's not in love with that call.
Yeah, I'm interested to see Braden. I mean, the first 2 times through the lineup, he's really established the fastball inside. And now to Derek Jeter, 3 off-speed pitches in a row, a slider and 2 changeups. Nice job changing up the patterns for Dallas Braden here the 3rd time through the order. In order to be successful, that's what he has to do. Doesn't have overpowering stuff.
2-2. And he hits Jeter. Hit him flush, too. You can hear it from up here.
Yeah, that didn't sound good.
Jeter waves off Girardi and Donahue, but they don't listen.
Like he's pointing to the side of that left knee. Take another look. Little fastball in. Turns. Good job turning that knee back towards Powell, the catcher, and it gets him right on the back of the knee. Much better than front in the kneecap.
It hit something hard, though, because we heard it up here. And here's Granderson. Granderson took over for Swisher after the 1st inning. And he's 0 for 1. Two and 0.
You know, Michael, the batting average starting to improve for Curtis against lefties, but you know, just the at-bats are a lot better now. Hitting balls harder the other way. Here ahead in the count 2-0, can probably sit on a fastball. We'll see if he gets it.
Count 2-1.
Braden stretching out on the mound. Wonder if he hurt himself, and looks like Bob Guerin and the trainer are going to come out and have a look.
I don't know if he's. Do you think he's cramping up?
He might be with the heat today. We've seen this guy this afternoon, how he competes, and watch how he finishes here. Something with the left leg. Looks like he's going to try to stretch it out, maybe a groin, a hamstring.
I think Bob Guerin looks like he's going to take the ball from him. And he is. So Braden, who had been pitching so beautifully, gets taken out in mid-count to Curtis Granderson. Crowd gives him a nice hand as he walks off. Now Guerin's going to have to go to the bullpen and get somebody ready. Yankees are up 1-0.
Another one of Bob's Untouchables.
Untouchable choice, a rainbow of colors.
Coffee, red, white, black, ice blue, beige, moss, rust, silver blue, chocolate, and straw.
Take a breath.
But the price is breathtaking. Both pieces only $7.99 as shown.
Only $7.99 is way too mild. It's an absolutely untouchable price.
Quality, choice, and value, that's what Bob's Way's all about.
Our breakout session is going to be great. Got the Gecko t-shirt, 4 million drivers switched. Gecko water bottle, notebook, chamois.
Sir, I feel a little bit uncomfortable with all this. I mean, it's not about me. It should be about how Geico's the 3rd largest car insurance company in the nation. Things like that.
Oh, of course. We're not going to get carried away.
Yeah, all right. As long as we don't overdo it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Signor opportunity, risparmiare su una onda di qualità.
These offers are the only thing from Honda that won't last.
Well, Bob Guerin didn't want to do it, didn't think he'd have to do it, but then suddenly something happened with Dallas Braden, and Guerin has to make the call to the bullpen, brought to you by AT&T. Rethink possible. And that call is going to bring in Jerry Blevins, of course, because Dallas Braden left with an injury. Blevins has as much time as he needs to get ready. He's a reliever, so I don't think it would take that long, John, but what a shame for the A's, because Braden was really pitching beautifully and either cramped up or pulled something.
Yeah, and Braden, the one guy really for the A's that has stepped up in this series and had a quality 5 innings. Anderson last night struggled early and then rebounded.
As we mentioned, Blevins will have as much time as he needs. Want to know if you're traveling this season? Well, take the Yankees with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Yankees game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Yankees.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. So the Yankees are up 1-0. Their run came in the second inning, a home run by Jorge Posada, and that's been the only offense by either team. And John, let's talk about the performance of CC Sabathia. He has looked really solid, although he doesn't have a great fastball, I don't think, today. Mixing, matching, throwing strikes. The A's are swinging early in the count. They can't do much with what he's got.
Yeah, I think it's a good combination for CC, and you brought up a great point. The first 2 innings, maybe not in the best of rhythms, but he seems to be finding it here in the middle of the ball game. You see the AL Cy Young contenders. It's an impressive group there.
So many people fixate on the ERA, and the ERA obviously for Price and Buchholz and King Felix much better than Sabathia. Well, not much better. Sabathia at 3.14. And it's funny, John, you mentioned something on our pregame, and I agree with it. So many people discount wins, and I kind of think that's how they pay off in sports, wins. And as long as your numbers are representative in the other columns, and 3.14 ERA happens to be very good in the American League, I'm going to take the guy who has the most wins.
Find a way to pick up a win, especially when your ball club needs it. I mean, you can't take anything away from Hernandez with Seattle. He's obviously a great pitcher, but the win total is not going to impress you. Their ball club is having a tough year. I just think CC Sabathia at this point, most dominant pitcher in the American League. And we take a look today, starting off the game, Coco Crisp, fastball down the middle, a good slider to Suzuki, another good one to Kuzmanov. Another slider down and in. Quality has been his best pitch this afternoon. And you mentioned the fastball maybe not electric today, but the slider pretty good.
Well, the crowd has witnessed a pitcher's duel. Now we'll see if Jerry Blevins could pick it up. Yankees are leading 1-0. Jeter led off after being hit by a pitch, moving to first base. Then on a 1-1 pitch, Dallas Braden looked like he cramped up. So the count 2-1 on Granderson, and here is Blevins on in relief. So they bring in another lefty to deal with the lefty Granderson. Jeter goes, he's picked off. And they got him. So you score that 1-3-6, and that's a caught stealing because Jeter headed towards second base.
Well, Derek Jeter trying to go with the element of surprise. First move on the lefty Blevins. A nice throw by Larish. Had something on it. Pennington a good tag. You see he throws it to the inside part of the second base and comes back with a tag to get Derek Jeter.
I guess Jeter wasn't that hurt after being hit on the side of the knee. Decides to take off feeling frisky, and it scored 1-3-6.
Taking a chance on a first move, the element of surprise after the long layoff. Didn't work out. One of those games, Michael, you're trying to take advantage, get into scoring position, knowing it's going to be a low scoring affair.
3-2. Foul back. Thursday matinee here at the stadium. Yankees lead 1-0. Bob Guerin trying to avoid a 4-game sweep. That one's driven deep to right field. Fair ball, it's gone. It is. Granderson, and the Yankees lead 2-0.
Mentioned with Curtis Granderson, the at-bats against the lefties are just getting better and better. These new adjustments that he has made with his swing. He gets a full count, gets a fastball middle in, and you're right, Michael, the only question was whether it would stay fair, and it does. Big extra run for the New York Yankees here in the 6th inning.
Pitch to Teixeira is outside. So Granderson wasn't in the starting lineup, but came in after the 1st inning. Nick Swisher left with a sore knee. And then it pays off for Curtis as he hits a home run. Toss things over with Greg Golson. And the Yankees recalled yesterday when the rosters expanded. Toss things over with Greg Golson. And the Yankees recalled yesterday when the rosters expanded. Now Granderson, that home run was his 31st hit off a left-hander. Last year he had 33 hits off a left-hander all of last year. But remember, Curtis missed a month this season. So he's been much better against southpaws this year. And that was something that Kevin Long was dedicated to working on, Yankee batting coach. 3-1. And a walk to Teixeira.
And Michael, to take it a step further, it just feels like since he's made these adjustments, it's gotten even better. You know, the swings are better, the approach going the other way. It almost felt like at the beginning of the year against a lefty, they'd really have to make a mistake for Curtis to do anything with it.
Kurt Young will go out and talk with Blevins. So let's take a look at tomorrow's starting pitchers, brought to you by Fios TV, internet, and phone. It's time for Fios. Brandon Morrow is going to get the start for the Blue Jays. 10-6, 4.27. That's going to be his last start of the year. Ivan Nova will go for the Yankees. 1-0, 1.93. Now the reason it's Morrow's last start, innings. They want to keep his innings limited, and they announced early this week that this would be his last start.
Well, the Yankees have seen Morrow too. I mean, he's got electric stuff. You wonder, knowing that it's going to be your last start tomorrow, if he just leaves it all out there against the Yankees. And looking forward to seeing another start from Nova, who's been very impressive already. Nova gets to go back up against Bautista, major league leader in home runs, who took him deep up in Toronto and then had a nice pitch up and in. Nice little rematch tomorrow.
Swing and a miss.
Michael Wirtz getting ready in the Oakland pen.
The 0-1. 0-2. Tapped off the glove of Blevins, and everybody's going to be safe. So Yankees have runners on first and second. We told you about Morrow tomorrow. This is the matchup for the weekend. All day games. Shipchinski against Vasquez back in the rotation. Cecil against Hughes on Sunday, and then again tomorrow is Morrow against Nova. Well, that's going to do it for Blevins, as Guerin's trying to keep it right here at 1-0. He knows how good Sabathia has been. That scored an E1, and it takes Blevins out of the game.
Buying a car today is a hard thing for a person, because it gets too complicated. What we've tried to do is simplify the whole process. You deal with one person. You come in, you look, we'll help you. There's no stress in the process. There's no games, there's no tricks. It's done very openly and honestly. We have a philosophy here. You take care of your life, your business, your family, and we'll take care of your car.
The name of the game is choice.
Nowhere else but my Bob. Not one, not two, but 7 reclining living rooms.
It's hard to believe. I mean, have you ever seen even one commercial advertising a motion set for $9.99? I sure as heck haven't.
Nowhere else but my Bob's, where the name of the game is value.
Even a motion sectional.
Your choice, only $9.99.
Take the gimmicks out. Quality, choice, and value, that's what Bob's Way's all about.
Yeehaw! Champagne for everyone!
Uh-oh. We shouldn't have given Grandpa that Red Bull.
Next week, get ready for 2 big center stage premieres on Yes. First, Tuesday at 11 o'clock, U.S. Open and Wimbledon tennis champ John McEnroe sits down to talk about his memorable career. And Wednesday, controversial Cowboys Hall of Famer Michael Irvin joins the Candid Conversation. It's GMC Presents Center Stage with Michael K. Only on Yes.
You got to watch both of them, John. You got to watch both. You'll like them both. You're a football fan. You like McEnroe, what he's about. Promise me you'll watch both.
I don't have to watch both of them, but I am looking forward to watching both of them.
Thank you. Michael Wirtz comes on with runners on first and second. How about this stat? We showed Granderson hit the home run, and got to show you this. Since Kevin Long's tutorial, Granderson is 10 for his last 24 off lefties. So he's changed a lot. Here's Lance Berkman now pinch hitting for Marcus Timms.
We saw Lance last night, got a pinch hit appearance, 1 pitch, drilled a double to right center field. Welcome back, Lance Berkman.
Whoa, he almost got Posada very close to hitting Posada in the head in the on-deck circle. That is scary.
Well, it's scary. You can smile about it when it doesn't do any damage. Lance getting a little more pine tar on that bat. First pitch swinging. Ooh, right past Jorge Posada.
The 0-1, high 1-1. Yankees have to watch out for Berkman. He's already injured Alex Rodriguez with that batting practice ground ball. And now almost took out Posada. Grounded foul.
Poor Lance, come on. Let's just take him batting practice, hit a nice line drive, hit Alex.
Alex was just being social with Joe Buck, saying hello.
Jorge did a nice job paying attention on deck right there, that flying bat.
Check swing. Did he go? No, said Dana Demuth.
Nice job by Lance Berkman laying off a tough pitch, a little slider down and in. Good look there. Like he held up.
Grounded, grabbed there by Larish, and he takes the out at first base. So Berkman hit the ball hard. Larish took a base hit away, and now the runners move up to second and third for Posada.
A nice play by Larish and a good at bat for Lance Berkman. He worked all the way back to full, hit a ball hard. Larish does a good job going to his right, and then a little flip to Wirtz. A good look at it on Yes Mo. Caught the heel of his glove, gets to his feet and makes the play.
So they're going to intentionally walk Posada to load the bases, and they'll deal with Austin Kearns. There's ball 3. And there's ball 4. So Posada intentionally walked, and they'll go Wirtz the righty against Kearns the righty. Kearns is walked and flied out to center.
Big at bat in the ball game right here. Bases loaded for Austin Kearns. And for the Oakland A's, a base hit right here could be your ball game, the way CC Sabathia has been throwing, and the pitch count is down.
Both runs coming via the home run, one by Posada, one by Granderson. Third base to Shera. Cano is at second. Posada is at first, and Kearns is at the plate. Check swing, grounded right back to the mound. Wirtz underhands it to Larish, and that will do it. But the Yankees get a run on one hit, one error, and the bases are left loaded. We go to the 7th, 2-0 Bombers.
The 2009 New York Yankees are world champions.
Come out to Yankee Stadium to see the 27-time world champion New York Yankees in action. Bring your clients, employees, or business associates out to the stadium for a corporate outing and enjoy Yankees baseball in a private game day suite or in one of our great group locations. Visit Yankees.com, call 646-977-8900, or email suites@yankees.com. In 2010, come home to Yankee Stadium, the home of champions.
What are we doing?
The Wave.
Oh, why?
This is what they do at games. And IOTV carries every HD game for all 9 New York sports teams. And it's baseball season.
I love baseball. Oh, touchdown!
Catch every HD game of all 9 New York sports teams. With incredible HD picture and sound, IOTV brings you the best HD experience free.
I was driving to Northern California. My son was asleep.
I really didn't see it coming.
I didn't realize I was drifting into the other lane.
I was literally falling asleep at the wheel.
It got my attention, telling me that I wasn't paying attention.
I had no idea the guy in front of me had stopped short, but my car did.
My car did.
Thankfully, my Mercedes did.
A world you can't predict demands a car you can trust. The E-Class, the best or nothing. That is what drives us.
Wednesday night on Yes. At 10, get a complete season preview of the Jets, Giants, and the rest of the league on This Week in Football, presented by Geico. Then at 11, he's a Cowboys legend who always speaks his mind.
I fell into a depression, really. I just couldn't recover.
It's the premiere of GMC presents Center Stage Michael Irvin. It all starts Wednesday at 10, only on Yes.
We go to the 7th inning, and on the Verizon wireless scoreboard, the Yankees lead 2-0. CC Sabathia, a 24-minute wait on the bench as you had the pitching changes, you had the injury, you had the bases loaded. Do you think it affects him at all, John?
Well, it can affect him, but you know what? We've been talking about this guy the last couple of days. Your #1 starter, your pitch count at 64. I mean, he could have went up to the clubhouse and cooled off for a little bit. I don't expect it to be a problem.
Kuzmanov will lead off against Sabathia, who was allowed just 1 hit. A 2nd inning leadoff single of Mark Ellis. Clean single through the right side of the infield. Kuzmanov takes outside, 1-0. On a hot, sweltering Thursday in the Bronx, the offense has been anything but for both teams. The pitchers have really done a good job. Count 2-0. "66 pitches, 41 strikes. The 2-0 fouled away. And we just get an update on Dallas Braden. It's kind of what we surmised with the hot weather. He was cramping up on the mound.
Too bad for him and the Oakland A's too, because he was on top of his game. See how it plays out and see if CC Sabathia can keep going. Stay away from that cramping problem the rest of the way.
Popped up. Here comes Teixeira. 1 away. Now, John, you're very, and always have been very in tune with your body. So tell me exactly, why does cramping happen on a hot day like this? Just a lack of fluids?
I think it would be a lack of fluids. And I was fortunate. I think there are some guys who are just more susceptible to cramping than others. And I never had a problem with it. But you know what? The trainers really do a great job of keeping you hydrated between innings, the cold towels. But I was lucky. I never had any problems with cramping.
Here's Mark Ellis. There's a strike.
Do a good job of hydrating myself after the game, so you're ready for the day game after a night game.
Popped up. Be another put out for Teixeira. This one in fair territory for the second out.
I guess no problem for CC Sabathia. Got behind in the count to Kuzmanov and then got him to pop up to Mark Teixeira. Ellis the same thing. 2 quick outs here in the 7th.
And that's going to bring up Matt Carson.
I guess you got to be honest, Michael, with the Oakland A's. You know, it's been a long couple of days here in New York, and you have a #1 guy in CC on top of his game. It's tough not to just go up there and start swinging early in the count. Got to bear down, have some good at bats.
How about this, John? Landon Powell's fly ball to left field that ended the 2nd inning was the last ball to leave the infield. That's how dominant Sabathia has been. The 0-1. We mentioned that CC has never won 20 games. Now, if he wins this one, he's got 19 and probably has, what, about 5 more starts?
Yeah, and has a great reputation. I mentioned some of the numbers in the scouting report of really finishing up strong August and September. It's got to play on you mentally a little bit, huh? I guess it would be a hitter who's batting about 295 going down the stretch, trying to get above 300, kind of like Nick Swisher, where he is right now. If CC picks up win number 19, you got a long time here in September to try to get number 20.
Ground ball to Nunez, gets a nice hop across the diamond, and CC's dominance continues as he retires the A's in order 1-2-3 at the end of 6.5. Time for the 7th inning stretch here at the stadium. Yankees lead the A's 2-0, but we'll stay right where we are to honor America here in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and offer a moment of silent prayer as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the globe. Thank you. Now Kate Smith's rendition of God Bless America.
To the ocean
When you're strong-willed, you do it your own way. When you're uncompromising, second best never crosses your mind. That's why we brew Coors Banquet with only Rocky Mountain water and the best high country barley. Because when you're set in your ways, you stay true to yourself. If you can drink to that, we got a beer with your name on it. Coors, the banquet beer.
Jeter? The guy's got an edge.
Derek Jeter?
That guy's got an edge.
Oh, definitely an edge.
He's got an edge. Totally.
Porque tiene un edge. Jeter, you know he's got an edge.
He so has an edge.
He's got an edge, baby.
And I got it with this cool panoramic Vista roof.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Edge for $199 a month. Just $199.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Only at your Tri-State Ford dealer.
You're a good man, but you have a secret.
He used to be invisible.
Perhaps you do not have a woman in your life.
Now he's a target. George Clooney.
What side are you on?
The American. Rated R.
I'm Ron Bob Lorenz with your Tri-State Ford update. Now, Niger Morgan of the Washington Nationals either attracts attention or he causes attraction. Take your pick. Last night, Chris Volstad of the Marlins had earlier plunked him in the fourth, throws behind him. Morgan charges the mound, gets clotheslined by first baseman Gabby Sanchez. It's a benches clearing brawl that involves the managers as well. For Morgan, he was playing this game already appealing a 7-game suspension for throwing the ball into the stands and a fan. In the end, it was 16-10 Marlins, but that's not the story, guys.
Well, thank you, Bob. The story here is bottom of the 7th inning, Yankees lead 2-0. Here is the game summary. The Yankee offense, home runs by Posada and Granderson. Sabathia has been great. Braden was great until he cramped up, and Nick Swisher left the game in the 2nd inning. His left knee is sore. So Bob was just telling us about that bench clearing brawl yesterday. John, were you ever in a bench clearing brawl?
Oh, yeah, plenty of them.
Plenty of them.
Plenty of them.
Now, did you throw any, did you throw any serious leather, or are you just pushing and shoving?
No, you know me. I was always the peacemaker.
Verizon Wireless scoreboard, 2-0 Yanks. Hot shot up the middle, a base hit for Nunez. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the aforementioned New York Yankees. You never got in a shot at anybody in one of those brawls? One guy that you just wanted to take down?
No, there were plenty of guys that you would want to take down, but no.
Really?
Never. I mean, you got me pegged as a fighter. I'm a little disappointed in that.
No, not as a fighter. As, a guy who stands up for what he believes in, a tough guy. Nobody's going to push John Flaherty around. Here's Brett Gardner. Runner goes. And the throw is way offline and goes into right center field as Nunez will head to third.
Well, you mentioned that Powell is better throwing percentage than Suzuki. Nunez gets a good jump. Brett Gardner does a nice job faking the bunt, and this throw is way offline. Heads up base run and getting to third base. Nice fake bunt of Brett Gardner, and that will affect a catcher, and that throw way wide right. Been there, done that.
Infield is in. And it's grounded, grabbed there by Larish, and he beats Gardner to the bag. Gardner's first reaction after hitting first base was to turn around to see if Nunez had scored. But he had not. Can't score on that.
Well, no outs. You got to make sure it goes through. And a nice play by Larish going to his right. And looking back, it probably would have been a tough play for Larish to come home. But Nunez at third with nobody out. You got to make sure it gets through the infield. Not a bad base running play.
So now Kurt Young will talk with Wirtz. You've got Granderson, the lefty swinger, on deck. Jeter is going to be at the plate. Do you pitch to Jeter with the infield in and then take your chances, or walk them and take your chances with Granderson? Well, today and throughout the Yankee season on Yes, we're asking you to vote along with us for the Chevy Player of the Game. Text your vote to 58772. Or you can vote online at yesnetwork.com. Today's candidates are number 1, CC Sabathia, number 2, Curtis Granderson, number 3, Jorge Posada, number 4, Dallas Braden. Vote now, make your voice heard. Standard text messaging rates apply.
Wirtz going right at Derek Jeter. A couple of bases open right here, and Derek's been struggling a little bit lately. I'm sure that has a lot to do with this decision.
Derek's 1 for 2 today and was hit by a pitch. There's a ground ball short. They're going to come home, and they are going to get Nunez. Nice play by Pennington as Jeter grounds into the 6-2 fielder's choice. John, was that the right move, trying to come home there?
It was, definitely. You got to give Pennington some credit here with 1 out. And Pennington's going to have to go to his right, and Nunez gets a decent jump and a nice off-balance throw. Powell makes the right tag there. With nobody out, you make sure it goes through. With 1 out, you're going to be a little bit more aggressive. Nice play by the shortstop going to his right.
We got him before the foot hit the home plate. So now runner on first with 2 outs for Granderson. And a strike. Granderson provided some insurance for the Yankees with his home run in the 6th inning. Right down the line into the 2nd deck in right field. That one is driven deep to right. There it goes. See ya. Back-to-back home runs for Curtis Granderson. This one a 2-run shot, and the Yankees lead 4-0.
Curtis Granderson comes to Yankee Stadium today knowing he's not going to be in the lineup. Going to have a day off after playing last night. Nick Swisher gets hurt, and he gets in there. Hits home run number 16, a solo shot. And number 17, no doubt about it. 2-run shot into the seats in right field. Pretty good day for a guy I didn't think he was going to get any action today.
And this is Granderson's 6th career multi-home run game. So Bob Guerin has seen enough of Michael Wirtz. With Teixeira coming up, he's going to the bullpen again. Yankees leading 4-0 on Yes.
This NFL season, Papa's in the house. Not just this house, your house with Papa John's free topping football. Your choice of any 3 toppings free when you buy a large cheese pizza for just $10.
You like those vine ripened tomatoes from California, yeah.
Order at papajohns.com and get a large pizza $10 with any 3 toppings free. That's right, 3 toppings free. Because every day is your game day.
The name of the game is choice.
Nowhere else but my Bob. Not 1, not 2, but 7 reclining living rooms.
It's hard to believe. I mean, have you ever seen even one commercial advertising a motion set for $9.99? I sure as heck haven't.
Nowhere else but my Bob's, where the name of the game is value.
Even a motion sectional.
Your choice, only $9.99.
Take the gimmicks out. Quality, choice, and value, that's what Bob's Way's all about.
And now I'll turn it over to the Gecko.
Ah, thank you, sir. As we all know, Geico has been saving people money on RV, camper and trailer insurance, as well as motorcycle insurance. Ah, sorry. Technical difficulties.
What about this?
What's this one do? Maybe that one.
Okay, let's keep rolling. We run motorcycle insurance?
Take 15 minutes to see how much you could save on motorcycle, RV, and camper insurance.
Tomorrow on Yes, it's a rare Friday matinee as the Yankees kick off a weekend series against the tough Toronto Blue Jays. Complete coverage starts at noon with batting practice today, presented by Audi, followed by the Tri-State Ford pregame. Then John Flaherty and I are matched up again together. We have the call. Blue Jays, Yankees tomorrow at noon, only on Yes. So Curtis Granderson with a 2-run home run knocks out Michael Wirtz. And that forces Bob Guerin to bring in Henry Rodriguez, who throws about 100 miles an hour. And that pitch is low, 1-0. That was 97 miles an hour. Yankees roughed up Rodriguez when they saw him on, I believe it was Monday. And the thing that you notice, John, he throws hard, but he throws straight.
Yeah, it's straight as a string. I mean, 98, obviously a power fastball, but a good swing for Mark Teixeira. It's amazing when you watch different pitchers in their delivery. Braden goes out there throwing 85, 86, and he's jamming people. Rodriguez throwing 98, and Mark Teixeira had a great swing right on it.
Now, when you throw straight as a string, John, can you move your hands on the ball on different grip to make it move?
Sure you can. I mean, you can go off center a little bit, try to get a little movement down and away, or maybe a Mariano Rivera come up with a little cutter. A lot of pitching coaches will teach some of those pressure points.
But will it take velocity off if you do that?
It could, but you know what? If I would rather have a little bit of movement, you know, talking from a hitter's perspective, if it's 98 and straight, I'll take my chances. About 94, 95 with movement, that's a whole different story.
2-2. Grounded foul.
These are things that you kind of figure out through your career, and you see it's a four-seam grip. It's going to keep that fastball pretty true. You know what? Sometimes it takes some long home runs or maybe some hard hit balls to say I got to make a little bit of an adjustment. Got a great arm.
Count 3-2. And the payoff. Grounded foul. Teixeira's actually been retired a couple of times today. Coming into this game 8 for 9 against the A's the first 3 games, but he's 0 for 2 with a walk today. (3-2). You know, he's got to be so proud of those numbers. Now, he expects it 30 home runs every year, but he's at 30 and 98. And essentially didn't have an April or May. I mean, he really was subpar in those months. And what a climb it's been for him. 100 runs scored, the best in the major leagues. And his average is flirting now with 270. Amazing.
Well, you said it best last night. He didn't panic at the beginning of the year. Confidence his numbers would be there.
That one is drilled deep to right field. Giving chase Carson. He's going to have to play it off the wall. Going for 2 is Teixeira. The throw is in plenty of time. If you can hit a ball too hard, Mark Teixeira just hit the ball too hard. I also think he dented the auxiliary scoreboard. Yankees get 2 more runs. We go to the 8th.
Every carton of delicious Turkey Hill Bronx Bomber Sundae and Pinstripe Brownie Blast is a chance to win Yankees tickets.
Brain freeze. Bring in the closer.
So get into the game with Turkey Hill, official ice cream of the New York Yankees.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the AccuCheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Are tax problems keeping you awake at night? I'm David Seelig of Seelig & Associates. I can help.
Don't be fooled by out-of-state companies with toll-free numbers. You need an experienced advocate to stand up and protect your rights. David and I handle each and every case personally.
So if you owe business, payroll, or personal taxes, and you want aggressive, effective representation, call Seelig & Associates today.
It's time to take a look now at the Land Rover drives of the game. Why get a car, John, when you can own a Land Rover?
Well, Curtis Granderson did not even think he was going to be playing today. It's home run number 16, a solo shot, and then finishes it up with home run number 17, a 2-run shot into right field. Your Land Rover drives of the game.
7 innings, and Sabathia has thrown 74 pitches. And here he is, starting the 8th. And the pitch to Larish is outside 1-0. Right now on the clock, it's 3:16. The A's have not hit a ball out of the infield since 1:31. That was in the 2nd inning, the final out of the 2nd inning. And Larish gets hit, and Posada also goes down on the carom. Posada scrambles to his feet, and Larish will take first.
It looks like Larish is okay. Posada in a little bit more pain. If you're the Yankees, you're a little bit more concerned about your catcher behind the plate, who has been relatively healthy lately and swinging a hot bat. Looks like he's going to be all right. The fastball in, gets Larish in the hand, and then Jorge Posada just off that left quad, it looked like.
Kind of upper thigh. So Larish is on, and here is Landon Powell. 4-0 Yankees. Count 1-0.
Talked about Powell earlier. Backup guy doesn't get to play a lot. You get in fastball counts, you really gear it up for one pitch. CC might be able to drop a changeup, get a double play.
There's that changeup, gets a swing and a miss.
Hasn't really had to use that pitch today. It's pretty much been fastball, which has been average, 92, 93, but a real good slider. Quality changeup there to Powell.
Where was that? Fastball missed somewhere in the count, 2-1. Justin James getting ready in the bullpen. Pitch outside. If you take a look at Landon Powell on the scoreboard shot, John, he looks a little bit like NBC late night host Jimmy Fallon. You seen it?
Really? No.
Really?
Not
in
even
the eyes?
close.
Really?
No.
I'm wrong, I guess.
There's a big pitcher for the Texas Rangers. Come on, every time I throw something out at you, you spit it right back at me.
Who are you talking about?
He's
Nolan Ryan?
No, he's on the active rotation right now. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I had him at the rookie career development program, and he's a dead ringer for Landon Powell.
So that means he looks like Jimmy Fallon.
No, that's not even close.
Three-two. Foul back.
Tommy Hunter.
See, now in real life, off the picture, he doesn't look like Fallon.
Now you're backtracking.
No, I'm telling you, that you're obviously just looking at there. He looks like Fallon, but at the plate, he does not look like Fallon. Three-two, and he walked him. So CC, first time he's had 2 runners on base in an inning.
Dave Island's going to go to the phone to the bullpen. Long time in between innings going out there for the 7th. Did not have a problem. Here in the 8th, first 2 men on.
Jabba Chamberlain pitched yesterday. He's stretching and getting ready today. I think the guys in the bullpen thought they had the day off.
Jabba pitched in last night's ball game. David Robertson did not. A little surprised Jabba's up.
0-1. Garrett Barton pinch hitting for Cliff Pennington. Count 1-1.
Surprised here, Michael. I mean, Barton coming up there pinch hitting for Pennington. Switch hitter. Barton left on left. Maybe the threat of power. 8 home runs. Not a real power guy.
There's not much power that Guerin can go to. It is a little odd. He has 3 hits and 11 at bats against CC. He's hit a .313 hitter against left-handed pitchers this year, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Well, heading to count 2-1.
If he had such good numbers against lefties, why wasn't he starting? The 2-1. There's a strike. 2-2. Just nipped the outside corner.
Close pitch. CC Sabathia will take it. Could have went either way. Jorge Posada setting up down and away. CC gets the call.
The 2-2. He goes around. He could not hold up, so Barton down on strikes. CC gets the first out of the 8th.
Hit batter and a base on balls, and all of a sudden CC Sabathia gets nasty. Good fastball down and away, and follows it up with a quality slider, a little check swing. First out here in the 8th.
So back up top to Coco Crisp. That was CC's first strikeout since the 4th inning. Crisp is 0 for 3 today. There's a strike.
Oh for 3, but still up in that batter's box, trying to take away that slider. Hit a fastball in hard as last time, right to third base to Nunez. Makes CC so tough. I mean, fastball slider all day. Now in the 8th inning, he's dropping some change-ups down and away. You're an Oakland Day hitter. You don't know what's coming.
Chris probably knows Sabathia better than most. He was a teammate of his with the Cleveland Indians. And maybe thought, you know what, if I ever face him, I'd move up in the box. So far, it hasn't worked. 1-2. That one is driven out to right field. Austin Kearns is there. There are 2 outs. So let's see how Sabathia went up at Chris pitch by pitch, brought to you by Suzuki Kizashi.
Well, I mentioned it was fastball slider all game. Now he has a changeup, strike 1, changeup, swing and a miss, changeup again, misses down and away, and he goes 4 in a row to Coco Crisp. Easy fly ball to right field.
That was the first ball out of the infield since the 2nd inning, or 1:31, about 2 hours ago. Here's Rajai Davis. Count 1-0. Count 1-1. Always seems to be in charge. Just has an innate ability to restore order on a broader picture and from an inning-by-inning basis, too. And that's, I guess, the very definition of an ace. That's why you're #1 pitcher. Trying for his 19th win of the year. That would match his career highs. Never won 20. Right back up the middle. Cano will flip to Jeter, and that'll do it. So first and second, nobody out. And Sabathia wiggles out of trouble. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-0 Yanks.
Select Izod IndyCar driver. Driver selected, Dan Weldon. Select race transport. Mission finish first. The fastest drivers in the world. See who wins at racetotheparty.com.
Every cigarette is doing you damage. This is part of an aorta, the main artery from the heart. Smoking makes artery walls sticky and collect dangerous fatty deposits. This much was found stuck to the aortal wall of a smoker aged 32. Every cigarette is doing you damage. For help quitting, including free nicotine patches, call 1-866-NY-QUITS.
So why are over 1,000 people a day switching to Chevrolet?
I need something I can rely on, so the warranty is a big deal.
It covers you for $40,000 more than Honda and Toyota. It's the Chevrolet Summer Event. You may want to call dibs.
Get 0% APR for 72 months or $5,000 cash back on 2010 Silverado half-ton extended and crew cab models. Or qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on this Traverse LS for around $299 a month. Call for details. Call 877-64-CHEVY.
Nothing goes better with baseball than a fresh cup of coffee. Enjoy Green Mountain K-Cup coffee, brewed fresh every cup and delivered by WB Mason. For a great cup of coffee, who but WB Mason? Well, this Sunday, the skipper breaks down the week that was on an all-new WB Mason Presents the Joe Girardi Show. After the big battles with Oakland and Toronto, the manager gives his reactions and looks at the revamped roster. Plus, Joe will answer your questions. It's all new Sunday at 5 only on Yes. That's Steve Tollefson. He is the son of former Yankee Wayne Tollefson. Wayne has been in the building all 4 games. A thrill to have his son play here at the ballpark. And the new pitcher is Justin James. This is his major league debut, and he's supposed to be all that, John.
49 strikeouts and 39 1/3. Look at the ERA, 1.83. Batting average 1.176 against. Impressive numbers.
Anxious to see James here, the 5th pitcher used by Bob Guerin. He didn't think he's going to have to use that many pitchers, and Dallas Braden was coasting along, but Braden cramped up in the 6th inning with a 2-1 count on Curtis Granderson. They brought in Jerry Blevins. Blevins gave up a home run to Granderson, the first of 2 by Granderson. It's 4-0. All 4 Yankee runs have come via the home run. Solo shot by Posada, a solo shot by Granderson, a 2-run home run by Granderson. So here's Justin James. Serve down the left field line. Foul ball.
Robinson Cano has had some off-balance swings today against Braden, and there the first one against James, kind of backside flying out, trying to flip it the other way.
Had some odd swings today. The count 0-2.
Yeah, and it jumps out at you, doesn't it? Because he's been so smooth and balanced all year. looks like James's first pitch was a little sinker away, and that was a little cutter in on the hands of Robinson Cano.
I think this got a piece of CB Buckner. Oh, it did.
That right shin guard.
Swing and a miss. Again, they're pounding him inside, and he really has been taking almost a helicopter swing at that pitch.
Nasty pitch, though, from James. Little cutter, 89 miles an hour in on the hands. The most off balance we've seen Robinson Cano in a long time.
So he is 0 for 3 today with a walk. Here's Berkman. There's Steve Tollison. I was talking with his dad, Wayne, who was here during the lean years. And he was so pumped up, you know. Then I started to think Wayne Tollison is the last player I remember who wore number 2 before Derek Jeter. And there's Wayne going yard at the Kingdome, sporting number 2. And now his son is in the big leagues. Knew how to play the game, played it hard, and I'm sure his son is probably the same way. Wasn't showy or anything like that. Just was a solid big league ball player. Didn't have enormous talent, but got the most out of everything. Swing and a miss by Berkman.
Strange seeing the number 2 on another player.
Yeah. Now belongs to him. Probably will never belong to anybody else. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Served into left field. You know, Berkman's looked a lot better in the 3 at-bats he's had yesterday. The pinch hit double, hit a hard shot to first in the 6th inning, and now he serves that one to left field.
Yeah, he's kind of been the forgotten man since the trade and injuring his ankle, getting off to a slow start. But you're right, 3 at-bats since he's been back. Double to right center, a hard hit ball to first, and now a nice job just going the other way. Fighting for some at-bats here in the month of September.
Justin James has certainly had an odd route here to the mound, making his major league debut. He was originally a 6th-round draft pick of the Red Sox in 01, did not sign with them. Then the Blue Jays selected him in the 5th round in 03. He did sign with them. He was with them through 07. Then he became a minor league free agent, and he signed with the KC T-Bones of the Northern League. And the A's signed him as a minor league free agent in June of this year, and here he is.
You got to admire those guys who go to the independent league, you know, to try to work their way back, and you wonder if injuries maybe were a factor. From Oklahoma City.
And Posada takes a strike, count 3-1.
28 years old, making your major league debut in Yankee Stadium. You strike out a pretty good player in Robinson Cano for your first strikeout.
Right now, he's probably thinking, well, I don't know if this could be in the recesses of your mind, but all the work was worth it. Now, this is the payoff. You're in the baseball encyclopedia forever. Hot shot, base hit to right field. Berkman advances to second.
Jorge Posada's had a nice afternoon, a home run in the second to get the Yankees on the board. Base hit here in the 8th. Catching a shutout from CC Sabathia through 8 innings.
Now we saw Wayne Tollison wearing number 2, and that was from 86 to 90. But in 1994, there was somebody who wore number 2 before Derek. You want to venture a guess on that, John?
1994.
And he's in the ballpark, and he's in uniform.
Mike Gallego.
Yes! Outstanding. He is sharp today.
Trying to finish up strong.
You like Sabathia today. You really are. Started strong, finishing strong. Pitch to Austin Kearns is low, 1-0. Oh, strike. Kearns today is 0 for 2. He's struggling. He's 1 for his last 23. And that comes on the heels of an 11-game hitting streak. There's a strike. Joba Chamberlain still warming, which would lead you to believe that CC will not be given the opportunity to pitch a complete game. Ripped to left field. It's a base hit. Berkman rounds third. He's going to score. Rajay Davis throws the ball into third. It's an RBI single for Kearns, and it's 5-0 Yankees.
Well, Austin Kearns been struggling a little bit lately. Had a base hit last night. A rocket here to left field. Base hit and RBI, and James, who had his first strikeout in this inning, gives up his first RBI base hit. And Berkman coming around third. Looks like he's running pretty well. Showing no ill effects from that ankle problem.
Here's Eduardo Nunez, 1 for 3. Grounded, grabbed there by Kuzmanov. Goes to second one, that's all they get. Nice play by Kevin Kuzmanov.
Can't hit it any harder than Nunez did. A little cutter down. Nice swing, and you're right, Michael. Going to his left, Kuzmanov, a good play, and gets it to Ellis in pretty good shape. Like he didn't have a grip on that ball, not able to make the turn. Mentioned third base, such a reaction position.
Former high draft pick, first round with the Cleveland Indians, and it took a while for him to stick, but he seems like he's found a home here in Oakland. Here's Brett Gardner with runners on first and third and 2 outs. There's a strike to Gardner. Gardner's 0 for 3 so far today. Struck out in the second, grounded to second in the 5th, and grounded to first in the 7th. Nothing Yanks. Count 1-1. Fouled away. Count 1-2. Yankees with double-barreled action out there. Jonathan Albaladeo, who was called up yesterday when the rosters expanded, had a great season at AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. And Jabba Chamberlain also throw. One, two. And the count now full at 3-2. That's going to release Nunez at first, as Posada will stay anchored at third with a 3-2 and 2 outs. Jeter's on deck. And he walks Gardner, and Nunez will move to second. So the bases are loaded now for Derek Jeter. And Bob Guerin goes to the phone, and Kurt Young goes to the mound.
Well, Kurt Young going to try to settle down his rookie making his first major league appearance. Got good stuff, a nice combination of a sinking fastball, a cut fastball. You got to trust that what you did in the minor leagues is good enough to get major league hitters out. Pound the strike zone, trust your stuff.
Ross Wolf warming in the bullpen. Derek fouls it back. Derek today is 0 for 2. He singled in the first, Boop single to right. He grounded to second in the third. He was hit by a pitch in the sixth, then caught stealing, and then grounded into a fielder's choice. So with his 1 for 3, he's now 4 for 38. Posada's at third, Nunez at second, Gardner at first. So the speed increases third to first. The 0-1. 1-1. So Justin James has been working his whole life for this moment, and he got himself into a little bit of a jam. And the 1-1. 1-2.
Good sinker in on the hands of Derek Jeter right there, had them all tied up.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Jeter down on strikes. But the Yankees get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and the bases are left loaded. We played 8. There's already traffic on the Deegan. Are they heading out for the early Labor Day weekend? Hope they're listening to the Yankees 5 and the A's nothing.
Coach Edwards, the Coors Light Silver Ticket promotion is back. How do you play?
You play to win.
Right, so you start with some cold Coors Light, then you
play to win the game.
Yes, agreed. We were just wondering, do you go online? Do you enter a code?
Hello? You play to win the game.
Look for the official entry code inside special packs of Coors Light for your chance to win NFL tickets.
Do you ever play to lose the game? Get out. You get out.
Fastest mobile broadband network, AT&T. Rethink possible.
Here at the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event, everybody's got a story, even the sales reps. Take Kelly, for instance. Kelly likes to call herself an escapist, which is kind of funny because she never seems to leave the dealership. She's always here talking about great deals and sync technology and how the Escape can practically park itself. Look, Kelly loves her Escape and loves her job. I just wish she'd get out more.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Escape for $189 a month. Just $189.
So many stories, so little time. You really should drive one.
Sunday on an all-new WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show. Joe has the Bombers geared up for a crucial week on the road against the Rangers and Rays.
They're a dangerous offensive club.
And with some key players returning to action, the skipper sizes up the Yankees' postseason outlook. It's an all-new WB Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show. Sunday at 5.
Only on Yes.
Hey, don't miss the WB Mason postgame after the final out as Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry will wrap up this entire series with the A's. Plus, you'll see highlights from other matchups around the league and also the playoff implications. It's all coming up after the final out, only on Yes. I want to see Bob come up with highlights. This is the only game in town right now. Every other game starts at night.
If there's anybody that can do it, it's Bob Lorenz. Bing.
Bing Lorenz.
Bing Lorenz.
Jonathan Albladeo, those are the numbers in 2 games in the big leagues. But, boy, his numbers in Scranton Wilkes-Barre off the charts. Under 2 ERA, 43 saves. He was outstanding. He's a relief pitcher of the year in the International League. And the pitch to Suzuki is a strike. 5-0 Yankees, 5-9-1. 1 hit for the A's. And that was Mark Ellis's leadoff single in the second and clean single through the right side of the infield.
Michael, you can't say enough about CC Sabathia in line for his 19th win.
Ooh. Wow. Did it get him? I guess it did. And Suzuki will take first.
It was the last thing you want to see in a 5-0 ball game. Obviously no intent from Albladeo. See where it gets Suzuki right in the back.
That cannot feel too good. He's going to stay in the game. Now, if the Yankees, even the Yankees don't win this game, CC Sabathia now has a string of 21 undefeated starts at the stadium. It's the longest by a Yankee since Whitey Ford did it 21 straight times between 1964 and 65.
Pretty good company there.
Yeah, you like to be mentioned with Whitey Ford. As a Yankee overall coming into today, John, 37-13. So your 50 decisions, 37-13.
Obviously not quite done with his second year in pinstripes, but it's been a pretty good start. 37-13.
And you know, everybody talks about the 20 wins, and he has the perfect answer. It tells you why he's a great teammate. He goes, I couldn't care less about winning 20 as long as we win World Series. I'll trade the World Series for any 20-win season. But Joe Girardi said, I'm sure it'll mean something to him when everything slows down and he retires. He's going to want to look back and say, I won 20 games this year and whatever. The 2-0. There's a strike to Kuzmanov.
It's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal for teammates. It's a big deal for the guys who catch him. Francisco Cervelli, Jorge Posada, now Chad Moeller's up. You remember what a big deal it was for Mike Mussina, who had never done it.
And you don't see nearly the amount of 20-game winners you're used to because of the advent of going to the bullpen earlier. You don't get as many starts with the 5-man rotation. So 20 wins is a big deal. And also, a lot of people are on pitch counts, and they don't want to push the limit. But CC is very economical, so he will get a lot of decisions. Here's the 2-2. Grounded to third. Pena fires the second one on to first. High throw, pulls Teixeira off the bag. Nice play by Pena, who came in to play defense at third.
Well, nice play by Pena going to his right, but watching how quick he got rid of it. Throw a little bit low to Robinson Cano, and then the relay throw high to Mark Teixeira. Probably wouldn't have had him anyway.
Here's Mark Ellis, the only hit for the A's in this game. Way back in the second inning. High fly ball, left field. Drifting back is Gardner, and he's on the track to make the play. And the A's are down to their final out. They're 1 out away, but being swept in this 4-game set. Jack Cust is going to pinch hit for Matt Carson. So his family and friends from Flemington will get one more chance to see him here at the stadium. Kuzmanov not being held at first. There's a strike. I told you Albaladeo had such a good year at Scranton. We should give you the numbers. 4-2, 1.42, 43 saves, 63 in a third innings pitched, 38 hits, 18 walks. So a whip under 1 and 82 strikeouts and 63 in the third innings. The 0-1. 1-1. Now you see him. Has he taken the next step? That's the question. Big guy, throws hard, and was dominant one level below.
Yeah, the dominance should relate to some confidence coming up here, and you wanted to get him off to a good start. So far, so good here in the 9th.
High fly ball, right field. This should do it. Austin Kearns makes the play, and the Yankees win. 5-0 over the A's. It completes a 4-game sweep. Curtis Granderson with 2 home runs. And it's the Yankees' first sweep since sweeping the A's July 5th, 6th, and 7th in Oakland. Hey, stick around for the postgame show to find out who's today's Chevy Player of the Game. John, the story has to be Sabathia. 19 wins now. He gave up 1 hit in 8 innings, and the A's managed just 1 hit against the Yanks.
You know what, Michael, and I think you brought up a great point early on when he didn't look like he was quite on top of his game. The rhythm was not fantastic the first 2 innings. But from the 3rd inning on, he had a great slider, found his fastball a little bit, and then the 8th, 7th, and 8th inning starts dropping some changeups. So congratulations on win number 19.
And now 1 away from something that he's never done before, and that is win 20 games. So 19 wins for Sabathia. He goes to 19-5, and Jack Curry goes to Curtis Granderson. Jack?
Thanks a lot, Michael. Curtis, you show up and your name's not in the starting lineup today. At any point, did you envision you would hit 2 home runs?
Not at all. I figured I might come in somewhere in the 7th or the 8th inning, but you never know. I've come in as early as the 2nd inning in Chicago when Tex went out, and now today as early as the top of the 2nd inning when Swish goes out. So I always got to be ready no matter what ends up happening.
I think you hit a 3-2 fastball off Blevins and an 0-1 changeup off Wirtz. Could you tell us about the homers?
You know, it was one of those situations where I'm just trying to go ahead and get hits and put the ball in play and see what happens. With the first home run there, it was just one of those situations. They end up switching pitchers on me, a guy that I haven't had much success against. I'm just trying to battle in that situation. And the second one, we got to run around, just trying to go ahead and keep the inning going, get some more run support for CeCe, who ended up pitching a great game for us today.
I was going to say you had one of the best seats in the house, but CeCe also played keep away with the outfield. You guys didn't have much work out there. What was it like to watch his performance today?
It was interesting. I didn't get one ball out there. It was absolutely amazing to come in the game and watch him dominate dominate both sides of the plate, all the hitters 1 through 9, and stay in the game. I think the most amazing thing, when he started that 8th inning, he only had 70-plus pitches. So to be efficient and be effective throughout the whole game, you know, speaks highly of what he's been able to do, not only today, but this whole season.
And finally, the last question, 4-game sweep for you guys. You've now won 6 in a row. What are your thoughts about the way you guys are playing?
So far, so good, but at the same time, you know, we get right back into the swing of things with Toronto coming in here tomorrow. A team that's played really well against us. Morrow has pitched extremely well against us. So as quick as we've won 6 in a row, we got to go ahead and stay focused on tomorrow's game, which is going to be a very tough one, and that series is going to be very tough, too.
Curtis, thanks a lot for the time.
Thank you.
Michael, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Jack, and thanks to Curtis. You want some numbers? Yankees now 9-1 against the A's this year. 52, that's CC's number. It equals 19 wins. And the Yankees are 21-4 against the A's in the last 3 seasons. Dominance, a 4-game sweep. We'll talk about it more when we get back.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Fusion for $149 a month. Just $149.
Get your Tri-State Ford dealer.
Good news, sir. I just got an email from the office, and word is people really love our claim service, especially the Auto Repair Express. Repairs are fast and are guaranteed for as long as you own your car.
Hey, that's great. Is this your phone?
Yeah, of course.
But where do you put... I mean, how do you carry...
Here you go.
Thanks.
No, I got it, sir.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
When I'm working with Benjamin Moore, I feel unrestricted. Wherever I need a little light, a little life, a little jazz, I feel that I have a rainbow at my fingertips, and there's no limitation to what I can create of a room.
Create your own design with Ben. It's eco-friendly and comes in every Benjamin Moore color, making fabulous style easy and affordable. And it's only available at your Benjamin Moore retailer, not at the big box stores. Capture any color and find its perfect match with the Ben Color Capture iPhone app. Download it today.
This here New Orleans, anything goes, as long as you don't disrespect the Saints. My neighbor got NFL Sunday ticket. Now he watches them Falcon games every Sunday. Downright disgraceful. But a dirty bird can't fly with a broken wing.
Watch your favorite team wherever you live. Upgrade to NFL Sunday Ticket today.
Who created a legacy.
1,000 years from now, they'll still talk about Babe Ruth.
And performers who continue the tradition.
Alex Rodriguez has made Major League Baseball history.
They are heroes celebrated by generations.
The luckiest man on the face of the earth.
From moments etched in time.
The Yankees are champions of baseball.
All proudly displayed in the hallowed halls of Yankeeography, only on Yes.
Yankees win their 6th straight. They sweep the A's in a 4-game set, 5-0 this afternoon at the stadium. Let's look at the plays of the game, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, there were 5 strikeouts on the afternoon for CC Sabathia, and you're going to see all of them. Those are your Geico plays of the game. 8 shutout innings for CC, win number 19, and 5 strikeouts, the last one to Derek Martin, your Geico plays of the game.
And he picks up his 19th win. Yankees 5 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. The A's just 1 hit. A 2nd inning leadoff single by Mark Ellis. Clean one through the right side of the infield, and they make 2 errors. The time of the game, manageable 245. Sabathia 19-5. Braden drops to 9-10. Sabathia gave you 8 innings. Granderson gave you 2 home runs off the bench, 3 ribbies, and Posada 2 for 3 with a solo home run. That was enough at the time. That gave the Yankees a 1-0 lead, and it held up. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry. Special thanks to senior producer Bill Bolin, director John Wilson, vice president of operations Ed Delaney, our supervising producer Woody Fryman, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. John J. Filippelli. Join us again tomorrow for Yankees baseball as the Bombers take on the Blue Jays from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Our coverage begins at noon on the Yes Network. Once again, the final score from the stadium, the New York Yankees 5 and the Oakland Athletics 0. We'll be back from the booth with some final thoughts in just a moment. But for now, let's go to Bob Lorenz in our Yes Network studios.
Michael, thank you. Great to have you with us here, as always, on the WB Mason Yankees postgame. As Michael said, 5-0 is the final. It completes a 4-game sweep of the A's, and now 6 wins overall in a row for the Yankees. And I know that CC for CC Sabathia stands for Karsten Charles, but in games like today, it could stand for cruise control, or if you're the opponent, the A's, confidence crusher, because that's what CC was. He only got a hit off him over 8 innings. Let's take you back to the 3rd inning. They did have a runner on 3rd, but then CC just strikes out Kurt Suzuki swinging. End of inning. Top of the 4th, he whiffed 2, including Matt Carson, to end the frame. Now, 5th inning, he walked Landon Powell, but then CC gets Cliff Pennington to ground into the inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. He then went on to just blitz through the 6th and 7th. 2-on no-out jam in the 8th. He strikes out Derek Barton as a pinch hitter. Then after getting Coco Crisp to fly out, he gets Rajah Davis to ground into the 4th and 2nd to escape the threat. So 8 strong for CC and just 1 hit allowed. Crazy numbers. And you voted him your Chevy player of the game. No runs allowed. He runs his record to a perfect 11-0 at home this season. And again, he has not lost a start in the Bronx since last All-Star break, and I'm talking about last season. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, a lot more to talk about, certainly about CC's performance today and picking up his 19th win. Michael Kay and John Flaherty will share their thoughts, plus Jack Curry talking to Joe Girardi and the players about this 5-0 Yankees win.
The Yankees postgame show on Yes is presented by WB Mason. For office supplies at amazingly low prices, who but WB Mason?
Sure, some of our customers have switched to WB Mason. But these guys, they're loyal. They love our coffee here.
Hey, that's one of our pots.
So's this.
And this.
Sorry, guys, we switched to WB Mason.
Yeah, we love our Green Mountain K-Cups.
All the gourmet flavors.
And WB delivers every day.
WB Mason strikes again.
But it does make a nice fishbowl.
Who but WB Mason?
Was it the number 7 train that carried his barrels across the land? Or was 7 simply his lucky number? Some say there were 7 women in his life, but one held a special place in his heart. Truth is, only Jack Daniel knows the true meaning of old number 7. And we won't be hearing from him anytime soon.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Can football announcer Andres Cantor make any sport exciting?
Ha sido una partida intensa hoy. Jadrowski está pensando. Veamos qué va a hacer. Moverá la reina, moverá el caballo. ¡Qué tensión! ¡Viene! ¡Gol!
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Nissan's bottom line sales event is ending, so we're laying it all on the line with up to $1,000 bonus cash on top of all existing offers. Nissan's bottom line sales event. Get 0% financing on most new Nissans, plus up to $1,000 bonus cash. Hurry, event ends September 6th. Visit ChooseNissan.com or see your local Nissan dealer today.
Always nice for a pitcher to get a little help from his friends, especially when it's his battery mate. Jorge Posada's 2nd inning homer gave CC Sabathia a 1-0 lead, and that was all CC would really need all afternoon, though Curtis Granderson was kind enough to chip in with a couple homers of his own. Great to have you back once again here on the WB Mason Yankees postgame. It's a 5-0 Yankees win, and for CC Sabathia, his 19th win of the season. Let's get back to the booth now for the Bigelow T postgame booth report with Michael and Flash. You know, I'm beginning to think of CC, and I'm sure some Yankees fans are, in the way we think of Mariano Rivera. He's so good so often, we almost take him for granted. But you look at the numbers CC had today, 1 hit over 8 innings and no runs, and he continues, Michael, that run of domination in the Bronx.
Yeah, he's been extraordinary. He really has, and that's why the Yankees moved heaven and earth to sign him as a free agent. That was the guy that they targeted. That was the guy that they wanted. They gave him an extra year over what they had originally offered him just to make sure that they would get him. They didn't want anybody else to get him, and there were a lot of reasons they did it, John. His pitching prowess and also what he could be in the clubhouse, and he's lived up to both of them.
Yeah, he has, and I mean, you expect your #1 guy to go out there and be dominant. You expect him to eat up innings, and you expect him to win big ball games. 19 today, you know, probably, you don't want to look too far ahead, but probably going to win 20 this year for the first time in his career. And I think you said it perfectly. The first couple innings, he wasn't great. His velocity was so-so, you know, for CC, still 92, 93 miles an hour, but he really got it going in the middle of the ballgame with that slider.
And you mentioned, he said, Michael, he doesn't look for 20 wins in a season or to make that the goal, but you believe it only in the fact that if he gets 20 wins and then 21, 22, he's helping the team, and he loves that part of it.
Absolutely, but I don't think he gets down because last year he didn't win 20. I really think he's done enough personally. He's won a Cy Young Award. Now he really enjoys the fact that he gets a chance to compete for a world championship every single year. And it shows you what a team guy he is as well, because about a month ago he said to a reporter, there's no way I'm exercising the out option that I have in my contract. I want to be here. I like it here. My family lives here year-round. This is a guy who's committed to this organization and this team and wouldn't even think about using that as leverage.
You know, and you love to hear that, and everything that he's done on the field would make you believe that. But, you know, about the 20 wins, Bob, I think his teammates probably want it more than he does. You know, it's a nice reward for a guy who's had a great career. It's still early in his career, but I think his teammates, and especially the catchers, will take something out of winning 20 games for him.
Now let's talk about the offense. Gets back after it again against A's pitching today. And, you know, one man's misfortune is always another man's opportunity on this team. And Curtis Granderson, Michael, took full effect of that today when Nick Swisher had to leave. All he does is steps in and knocks 2 home runs out of the park.
Yeah, you know what? Curtis Granderson's starting to come around. John has noticed it. He likes the way his at-bats look, and he's also been much more effective against left-handers. And, you know, this change in the middle of the season, doing what they had to do, Kevin Long and it seems like it's paying off.
And you know what? The easy thing is to say, oh, he's hitting home runs or ended up in the right field seats. But you take it a step further, Bob. Driving balls the other way, some long outs to the warning track in left center, and it's really good signs for Curtis Granderson, because when he does that, which he did not do the whole first half, you know that good things are going to happen. And for a guy who didn't expect to play today, had a pretty big day.
And remember, Bob, he has 17 home runs now, 16 and 17 today. He missed a month of the season, so everybody looked at last year when he hit 30 at Comerica. Well, you factor in that month that he missed, maybe he's closing in on that. So last year he hit 250 with 30 home runs. He might approximate that again this year.
Well, he's getting hard to get out of the lineup now, and Joe Girardi has some decisions to make. Marcus Timms against the lefty, keeping Granderson in there because both guys have had hot bats. Now let's talk about what this 4-game sweep means, winning 6 in a row overall, now that the Toronto Blue Jays are coming to town. Because I know you guys have talked about this, Flash. I know you have. How good the Blue Jays are, how tough and out they are, even at this time of season. And the Jays come in with the Yankees on a roll.
You know, they're a dangerous ball club. I mean, the Yankees are playing great baseball, obviously, with the winning streak. But they're going to face Morrow tomorrow night, who has one of the best arms in the American League. It's going to be his last start before they shut him down on an innings limit. But it's a dangerous combination, that rotation and the power in their lineup.
So it should also be interesting because there's some sidebars there as well with Bautista and Nova. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. The Blue Jays are not going to go down easily to anybody. I know that they know that they're not going to win a playoff spot this year, but they have an opportunity to play spoiler, and they have good enough arms and dangerous enough bats that they can actually spoil it for a team that's trying to win a division.
Guys, just a quick thought before you get away. Now a run, including today, of 5 straight afternoon games. I know Derek Jeter has gone on the record saying he's not a huge fan of day games, but does it make that much of a difference? It's playing in the day 5 straight days instead of the night?
Well, better ask to John. For the broadcasters, you know, we're just as fresh at any time, Bob, so it doesn't matter if they start the games at 10 in the morning. How about for a player?
We don't want to start at 10 in the morning, Bob, because I'm not going to be as fresh at that point. But, you know, from a player's perspective, today was a tough one. Night game the night before, you come back and play a day game. They did not take batting practice, but now you get a good night's sleep, maybe a nice dinner out, and you look forward to the run of day games. I thought today would have been the toughest one, and the Yankees answered the call today.
And, you know, it's not going to be a big deal for guys like Mike Harkey, who pitched for the Cubs, and Kerry Wood and Joe Girardi. They're used to this, but for the other guys, it's going to take something 6 out of 7 games at 105. That's a little strange. I don't ever remember that happening here at the stadium.
Michael, how about a 7 a.m. start time? You up for that?
Let's bring it. Let's go. I just love to work. Doesn't matter.
He's a gamer.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.
Okay, Bob, you too.
All right, thanks. Hey, let's take a look at the Yankees' upcoming schedule, courtesy of Jaguar. The Yankees, as I mentioned, welcoming in the Blue Jays for a 3-game series this weekend, followed by the Orioles. Then the Yankees travel to Texas for a 3-game set against the Rangers. All right, time for another break. When we come back, we'll hear from Joe Girardi. His guys back on a roll, winning 4 straight against the A's, 6 in a row overall after today's 5-0 win.
That's 6 so far today.
And it's not even noon.
I don't get it. Why are all of our customers switching to coffee from WB Mason?
Well, they sell Green Mountain coffee.
So?
At great low prices.
So?
With lots of delicious flavors. And 1 cup brewing means no waste, no mess.
Yep, we clean our pots every month.
And WB delivers fresh coffee every day.
Enough already. There's nothing wrong with our coffee. They just don't know what they're missing. Who but WB Mason?
Imagine yourself here in the beautiful Green Mountains of Vermont. A perfect place for the whole family or for those seeking adventure. Enter to win the Green Mountain Getaway at VermontVacation.com/playball for your opportunity to indulge. One grand prize winner will receive a 3-night stay at the Equinox Resort and Spa in Manchester, Vermont, plus a $500 gift card for the Manchester Designer Outlets. Serenity awaits you. Enter now at VermontVacation.com/playball.
Today,
they are the Yankee captains who inspired courage, persevered through pain, led by example, and set the standard with a relentless will to win. Yankeeography, the Captain's Collection, is a 2-DVD salute to 7 distinguished captains from Lou Gehrig to Derek Jeter. With more than 6 hours of pinstripe pride as seen on Yes Network, Yankeeography, the Captain's Collection, is available now.
This droid has evolved to do even more. Now it integrates your work email so you can be hooked up to everything you need to do. Now it does 1 gigahertz speed on a more intuitive keyboard. Turning you into an instrument of efficiency. Introducing the new Droid 2 by Motorola, part of the next generation of does.
Jeter? The guy's got an edge.
Derek Jeter?
That guy's got an edge.
Oh, definitely an edge.
He's got an edge. Totally.
Porque tiene un edge. Jeter, you know he's got an edge.
He so has an edge.
He's got an edge, baby.
And I got it with this cool panoramic Vista roof.
Now, current competitive lessees can get a 2010 Edge for $199 a month. Just $199.
Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Only at your Tri-State Ford dealer.
And we are back once again on the WB Mason Yankees postgame as the Yankees win it 5-0 today, and CC Sabathia wins his 19th. And it's amazing, this point of the season, some pitchers wear down, but CC Sabathia just gets fired up. He gets better and better as the season wears on. Let's get to the manager's report, brought to you by Geico. Our Jack Curry leading things off.
Joe, we've seen a lot of dominant performances from CC. Where do you rank this one?
Well, it's as good as it gets. 1 hit over 8 innings. And it was a really tight ball game for most of the day, and we were able to score some runs, but he was outstanding.
When he's not even letting guys hit the ball in the outfield, I mean, things are off the end of the bat, they're in the infield. What is going right for him?
He's changing speeds. He's locating extremely well. I thought his changeup was good today. I thought his slider was excellent today. His location of his fastball. And I think he threw about 90 pitches in 8 innings, and it seemed like 17 or 18 or more in the first.
Joe, 2 things. With that low pitch count, did you think about sending him back out for the game?
No, I was probably going to take him out. I was thinking of taking him out. It was a hot day, and CC's someone that, you know, we need to take care of a little bit.
And with all the questions that have gone on with the rotation in the last month or so, how big has he been, literally and figuratively?
He's been the one constant every time that he's went out. He's stabilized our rotation in a time where we've had some injuries and we've had some guys struggling. He's been, and that's what aces do.
First of all, about Granderson, since his little tutorial with Kevin Long, and you look at the home runs off the lefties, et cetera, what do you see different from Curtis?
Well, he just there seems to be less movement before he swings. He's quieted down his swing. He's got his hands in the launch position right from the beginning. He's spread out a little bit, and, he's hit lefties, righties. It really hasn't mattered. We don't see him swinging and missing as much. I just think he's in a better position to hit.
Well, Curtis going deep twice in the game. We'll get to the highlights presented by Land Rover, but we'll start with Jorge Posada going deep. Bottom of the second off Dallas Braden, launching one out to left field. The solo home run for Posada, his 17th of the year, makes it 1-0. Now top of the third, 2 outs, and a runner on third. Sabathia strands that runner. He strikes out Kurt Suzuki to end the inning. Let's go top of the fifth now. After he walked Landon Powell, CeCe gets Cliff Pennington to ground into the inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. So he's still locked in, has allowed just 1 hit. Meantime, bottom of the fifth, Dallas Braden got things going a little bit, gets Brett Gardner to ground to second and end the inning. So it was 1-0 Yankees through 5. On to the bottom of the sixth, Braden pitching to Curtis Granderson, and after the pitch, he appeared to cramp up in his leg. So Bob Guerin comes out and checks him out with his medical staff. They pull him from the game with cramps and go to the bullpen. Jerry Blevins now brought in to face Granderson. And Granderson, who was in for Nick Swisher, who had to leave because of a knee injury, drills the 3-2 pitch into the second deck. Third home run off a lefty of the season, 2-0 Yankees. Top 7, CeCe shutting down the A's. Gets Matt Carson to ground out to third for a 1-2-3 inning. Then bottom of the seventh, a man on for Granderson. Yard call again. This time off Michael Wirtz out of the pen. 2-run shot. Curtis's second of the game and 17th on the season. Makes it 4-0. And at top of the eighth, after being in a 2-on nobody out jam, CeCe gets Rajat Davis to ground into the fourth at second to escape unscathed as he tosses 8 scoreless innings. Absolutely dominating. Just 95 pitches used over that span. He struck out 5. He walked 3. And again, he is a win away from 20 for the first time in his career. All right, coming up next, we're going to hear from the big fella. A terrific afternoon for himself, the team, and Yankees fans in the Bronx.
This time of year, it's all or nothing. Tomorrow afternoon, the Yankees take on the rough and tough Blue Jays at the stadium as the battle for AL East supremacy continues and the playoff race comes to a boil. Blue Jays, Yankees. Complete coverage starts tomorrow at noon with batting practice today.
Only on Yes. Over 1,000 people a day switch to Chevrolet. Let's find out why.
Malibu's sharp, has great mileage, and offers OnStar.
100,000-mile powertrain warranty caught my attention.
It's the Chevrolet Summer Event, which means the only thing left to decide is who drives it home.
Me.
Her.
Me.
Qualified lessees now get a low-mileage lease on this Malibu LS, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy for around $199 a month. Call for details.
Call 877-64-CHEVY.
And now I'll turn it over to the Gecko.
Ah, thank you, sir. As we all know, Geico has been saving people money on RV, camper and trailer insurance, as well as motorcycle insurance. Ah, sorry. Technical difficulties.
What about this?
What's this one do? Maybe that one.
Okay, let's keep rolling. We run motorcycle insurance?
Take 15 minutes to see how much you could save on motorcycle, RV, and camper insurance.
Diabetes scared me to death. There's so much to learn. I just shut down. But Liberty walked me through it all. Like when I test at night or after I eat. Makes a big difference.
When it comes to your diabetes supplies, quality and reliability are important. That's why Liberty offers the AccuCheck Aviva meter. And it's the only meter and strip combination manufactured in the USA. If you're over 65, have diabetes, and are on Medicare, call now and we'll send you a free meter. It offers alternate site testing, so you can test on your arm. No more pricking your fingers, so it's less painful.
It makes a big difference.
And to make it even less painful, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies may be covered by Medicare. Join over 1 million others who have chosen Liberty Medical. Call now and receive a free AccuCheck Aviva meter. Plus, for a limited time, get a free cookbook when you join.
Call 1-800-273-9135. 1-800-273-9135.
Great to have you back with us once again on the WB Mason Yankees postgame. It is a 5-0 Yankees win, and CeCe, as we've been mentioning all show, terrific today. He allowed just 1 hit to the A's over 8, and when they were making contact, it wasn't very good contact at all, or they just weren't getting on base. Time for the Johnny Walker defensive play of the game. And, well, why not let CeCe do a little work on the mound. Watch this. Jeff Larish at the top of the 5th, right off CeCe's glove, but he stays with it. fires a strike to first to Mark Teixeira in time for the out. He can field his position as well. In fact, the big man can do just about everything. Your defensive play of the game demand greatness in every sip and every season. Johnny Walker, proud sponsor of the New York Yankees. So this continues an almost ridiculous run at home for CeCe. 11-0 in the Bronx this season. And in his last 21 regular season home starts, he has won 16 of those games. He's pitching to an ERA of 2.05. And by the way, this run of success at home, the longest active home win streak in the majors. Here's Jack Curry with CeCe.
CeCe, 1 hit over 8 innings, a pretty flawless performance. How would you rate the way you pitched today?
I thought I pitched pretty good. Just trying to be aggressive in the strike zone. Those guys were swinging early, and was able to, keep my pitch count down.
Joe mentioned both the slider and the changeup. Were your secondary pitches almost as important as your fastball today?
They were. I was spotting the fastball pretty good, but my changeup was a lot better than it was, last time out. So I was able to use it a lot more, some hitters counts and, get some ground balls.
When you're not even allowing a team to hit a ball to the outfield, I think they had 3 outfield outs. What is that telling you about the way you're pitching?
That we're just keeping it down, keeping the ball down. Like I said, being aggressive in the strike zone and, getting swings early in the count.
I know you dismiss a lot of this talk, but this is now ties your career high with 19. Will you think at all about the chance to get 20?
I think it'd be cool, but it's in the middle of the season, and it's really tough to think about, personal accomplishments when we're trying to win a division. So I'll go out, 5 days from now and try to help the team win.
And Joe just also talked about how the rotation has been a little scattered, but you haven't been, and how important that has been. And do you take that role pretty seriously as an ace?
Well, we know that, T-Tay's down, and we need to go out and try to pick up the slack. And, guys have been filling in. Dustin, I think, did a great job for us by filling in. And, we're just trying to pick up the slack until he gets back and get our full rotation.
Well, let's take a look at the American League wins leaders, now brought to you by Gatorade. And really over the past 2-3 weeks, CeCe started to pull away from the field. At one point, he was tied with David Price, Carl Pavano, Clay Buchholz. Not the case anymore, though. He's 3 wins ahead of Hughes and David Price. Price picking up his 16th last night, so certainly cementing his